Good evening and welcome to South Central League Baseball on this beautiful Friday evening as we are in Crofton, Nebraska for the annual tilt between the Wynot Expos and the Crofton Bluejays. And I'm alongside Kendall Taney as we are getting ready to bring you, and I should probably turn Kendall up so he can actually talk when I do talk to him. So this is the annual fireworks game between the two Nebraska teams in the South Central League. Just responding here. My friend Brian Cobbler was here. If you're on Facebook, you can see 101.5/1570 KVTK. As you can tell, we are on 101.5/1570 KVTK as we're bringing you South Central League Baseball here and on 5-star streaming on YouTube. And this is going to be a good matchup. Last night we brought you Tabor and Lesterville, and Tabor, beautiful pitching performance from Josiah Peterson, a shutout over 7 innings, and Lesterville just couldn't get anything going, and their pitching just couldn't get anything to stop for Tabor. So ended up being a 16-0 victory. So as of today, Tabor is on top of the South Central League. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the matchups coming up on our broadcasts, as well as the games coming up throughout the South Central League. So we're going to talk about all of that. But Kendall, what are you looking forward to tonight? Because we love this annual battle.
We do. The love of this annual battle that takes place every year on this day, and it really impacts the two programs because they are the two only Nebraska teams in the South Central League. South Dakota rematch is that there are two Nebraska teams, and we talk about all the time how they play mostly together and then they separate when they go to South Central League Baseball and play some very good ball.
They really do. And of course, why not, as they have been for a couple decades now, led by Lee Hymas, but they always have great young talent. And so I had an interview with Jackson Sudbeck earlier this week on my show. We had to kind of change it around, but I do have an interview coming up hopefully this week with Jay Hymas, legendary Wynot Expo player, and we're going to keep doing those. And I've also reached out to Scott Vornhagen, has been a great resource. I'm going to start trying to reach out to Crofton Crows and St. Helena, Menominee, Bow Valley, those teams from the old Cedar County League. And I'm reaching out to some Scotland players as well, even though Scotland's not active right now. They were a prominent part of amateur baseball in the South Central League. So if you have any ideas or ways to contact them as well, definitely reach out to me. My phone number is 605-661-5858. Feel free to text me. And I even usually pick up, but sometimes I don't. Leave me a voicemail. Or you can always find me on Facebook. But I'm really loving doing these interviews. I had Chad Gunther on this week, Kent Sattler, who has one of the 9-inning strikeout records in amateur baseball. We also had Dylan Lair, a really good player for Menno right now. We had Dustin Livingston on earlier this year. Again, Jackson Sudbeck. So many players like that. Jackson Fegan from Freeman was on. We're getting some Irene players. Joe Sees, a former legendary Irene Cardinal, is going to be on as well. So also have an interview lined up hopefully for this week with Scott Donor, who was part of the state championship team for Crofton. So that's all going to be on At the Mic with Michael Schumacher. That's every Monday through Friday here on 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. And those interviews, and if you miss them on the radio, I'm getting a little bit behind because I've had so many and it takes a little bit of labor. But I do try to get them uploaded to my YouTube channel, which is At the Mic with Michael Schumacher on YouTube. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at those standings. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule and more. With Kendall Taney, I'm Michael Schumacher here on Fox Sports Radio and 5-star streaming on YouTube.
Larson Carpet has the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Family owned and operated since 1972, Larson Carpet offers a huge variety of flooring options, both in stock and special order. When you want the job done right, come to Larson Carpet. Located at 208 Walnut Street in the Meridian District, Larson Carpet is your friendly, family-owned flooring specialist that is right for you.
Living in the Midwest, driving miles to work, you know our vehicle needs to be in the best running condition possible. And when you have problems like brakes or belts or alignment, you take it to Pecos Repair in Tabor. Justin and his ASE certified techs will take care of your vehicle, fix it right, and you'll be back on the road in no time. And you may as well get the air conditioning checked now, too. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Pecos Repair, 605-463-2354. To schedule an appointment, give them a call. Pecos Repair.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available. Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoot's Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoot says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoot's Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoot's Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provides, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust understands what it takes to be a part of the community. It's not just about transactions, it's about relationships. Whether you're buying your first home, growing your business, or planning for the future, their team is here to help every step of the way. Elkhorn Valley Bank uses local decision-making, personalized service, and modern banking tools like online banking and a teller on demand to make managing money simple and convenient. Helping you reach your financial goals, Elkhorn Valley Bank. Member FDIC.
Good evening. Welcome back from Crofton Baseball Field, where I'm with Kendall Taney as we are getting ready to bring you the Crofton Bluejays and the Wynot Expos. Let's take a look at the South Central League standings as it sits right now. In the South Central League, on top, the Class A team, Yankton Lakers. Yankton, they were fourth in the most recent amateur baseball poll. So they've been having a really nice season. So, yes, they were fourth overall. And then in the Class B, that starts at the top. They do not have – oh, you know what? I forgot to hit refresh. This is still up from a little while back. So Tabor's on top. That's 6-4 after that win last night. They've been averaging 9 runs scored per game, only giving up 5.4. So they have some really top-level pitching. And that's been really carrying them through. And then Freeman's in second at 5-4. They've been scoring about 9, just a shade under 10 runs per game. And I have Colton Schiefer here, so I'm going to go to a quick ad, and I'll be right back.
There's something new waiting for you at the Crofton Lakeview Golf Course. Come experience your brand new clubhouse where great rounds meet great company. Enjoy the stunning new view while relaxing with friends on the covered patio. Whether you're finishing 9 holes or just stopping by, Lakeview's new clubhouse is the perfect place to unwind. Lakeview Golf Course, come for the game, stay for the experience. Make every visit unforgettable at the new Lakeview Clubhouse. Experience a summer of golf while overlooking the views of the Lewis and Clark Lake. See you there.
Welcome back. All right, we got that taken care of. It was just a little bit of an error on the scorebook, so we got that taken care of, clarified, so that is good. It was a Crofton last name either way, but it's always good to get the right one. And so, again, Tabor on top at 6-4. Freeman in second at 5-4. Now, we will be seeing Freeman in action tomorrow night in Menno at the Lily Pad. That'll be here on 5-Star Streaming and on Fox Sports. We will then be in Freeman at Merchant State Bank Field on Sunday. I'll probably have to try to plan to get myself some Chislik maybe. You know, I always try to plan accordingly. If I go to the ballpark, you know, save some calories, save some fat for maybe something. We'll see. It's hard to track, but we'll still go with it. Lesterville now in third after that loss last night, 6-5 on the season. They're scoring over almost 11 runs a game, but they're also giving up almost 11 runs per game. So pitching is a bit of an issue for Lesterville. Menno right now, they're 5-6. I think maybe the surprise of the season, but they've had some nice pitching performances periodically, and they're scoring 8 runs a game. So scoring 8, giving up 11.6. So, but when they give them up, they give up a few. So, you know, it's a little deceiving. And then Crofton, this Crofton team at 4-6. They are 7 games back. They're 3-3 at home, 1-3 on the road. They're scoring 8 runs a game, giving up 10.7 runs per game. Wynot, they're 3-6 on the year. They are 2-2 on the road. They're scoring just a titch under 8 runs a game at 7.89 and giving up pretty much the same as Crofton at 10.67 versus 10.7. So this should be a pretty even matchup tonight. And then Irene comes in at 0-10, but that is deceiving. That Irene Cardinals team, they are better than that 0-10 record. Now they're scoring almost 5 runs a game. It's their pitching that kind of fails them at times. They're giving up about 13.8 per game, but very talented team. And you wonder, no Marcus Van Driel this year due to an injury. I don't know if there's like a late season potential comeback or not. But without him, you know, he's a very good player, a very good bat, and a quality pitcher. And so I think that's part of that as well. You lose one of the best players in the South Central League, and that's going to hurt any team. You take the best player off any of these teams, and it's going to hurt. So that's a look at the South Central League standings. And so, again, we're about 25 minutes away from first pitch. Now, we will have a color guard for this. Brian Cobbler, my friend Brian, who I graduated with, is part of the color guard. And so we'll make sure. Our national anthem, of course, is brought to you by, it's sponsored by the South Dakota Special Olympics, but that is sponsored by by America's Best Realty and Joe LaBarge. America's Best Realty and Joe LaBarge. Now, this is all part of the Hanson Briggs pregame show. Hanson Briggs in Yankton. Hanson Briggs, your specialty advertising store for both your specialty printing and promotional needs. Of course, our scoreboard sponsor is Grassland Heating and Cooling, and our pitching changes are brought to you by Mama J's Bar and Cafe in Irene. And, of course, Who's on Deck, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. So those are all our sponsors. When we come back, we'll take a look at our upcoming schedule. When we come back here on 5-Star Streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio from Crofton with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher, and we'll be right back.
Joe's Substation in Lesterville says go Bronx. And so should you. Go to Joe's Substation when you are hungry. They serve that amazing Alaskan pollock and delicious roasted chicken. Lunch specials are served Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 1. And on Wednesday, it's the all-you-can-eat roasted chicken and fish buffet served from 5 to 8 p.m. Weekends, the kitchen is open from 5 p. to 9. So when you're out and about, hungry and need some nourishment or a cold beverage, Joe's Substation is the place. 4 miles south of Lesterville. Go Bronx.
Super nachos, hamburgers.
James Steel is a general contractor specializing in steel buildings for more than 45 years. James Steel has been building a strong industry, providing pre-engineered Varco-prudent buildings across South Dakota, northwest Iowa, and northeast Nebraska. From agriculture and commercial projects to fire halls, community centers, aviation, and storage buildings. As a leader in the steel building industry, James Steel of Yankton can offer customers more building at better prices. Call 605-689-7321 for your free estimate and start building with strength, quality, and experience you can trust.
Cooperative.
At Central Farmers Cooperative, they know your operation depends on more than just hard work. It depends on the right partner. From agronomy solutions that boost your yields to reliable seed varieties and the chemicals that help protect every acre. Central Farmers Cooperative is there to support you every step of the way. Local people, local expertise, real results. Central Farmers Cooperative cheering on the surrounding areas in all aspects. Central Farmers Cooperative, growing strong together.
Bring foul balls from the game.
Friendly place to have a drink with friends and family. Darts, pool, big screen TV, nice, friendly, hospitable staff, great decor for family and community gatherings. How about 5 stars? Tremendous place for local people to meet. These are just a few of the comments about the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Have you been there yet? If not, sounds like you should head to the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Music, cold beverages, and your favorite drink mixed just right. The Corner Nugget is a proud sponsor of the Lesterville Bronx. Stop in and catch a game on the big screen.
You want me to maybe...
At Wynot State Bank, our team is dedicated to the traditions of service. We offer a wide array of products to accommodate all your financial needs, including checking and savings accounts, CDs, loans, IRAs, debit cards, credit cards, a 24-hour ATM, and online banking. Be sure to inquire about our competitive rates. Wynot State Bank, member FDIC. Proud to serve the Wynot community and surrounding areas.
High Street Insurance and Financial in Crofton has what you need for all your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, farm, crop, commercial, life, or health, they have the right products and the right service you're looking for all your insurance needs. Call High Street Insurance in Crofton at 402-388-4772 or stop in at 1201 West 2nd Street in Crofton. A proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball, brought to you by our sponsors, and those sponsors include Downtown Auto Service, Crofton Lakeview Golf Course, Greg Davis Excavation, Central Farmers Cooperative, Midwest Insurance Agency, Joe's Substation, Jones Feed and Grain Trucking, James Steel, Wynot State Bank, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Byerly Insurance Agency, Pecos Repair, Cedar Security Bank, Corner Nugget, Parker Hannafin, Larson Carpet, Rural Manufacturing, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Hoots, The Beer Garden, Tabor Lumber Co-op, TLC Propane, The Keg, Merchant State Bank, and Sioux International. We want to thank all of these sponsors. Of course, as I always say, obviously I can't tell you who to buy from. That would be a tremendous amount of power. And if I could, that would be kind of awesome, but I can't. What I can do is ask you to give these businesses a chance to compete. That's all they can ask, whether it's sales, service, selection, or the fact that they support your local teams. Whatever decides to tip it your business in somebody's favor, that's all they can ask, is that chance to compete. So, give them that opportunity. At the very least, if you appreciate their sponsorship of this, just let them know. Let them know that you appreciate that they are a sponsor for amateur baseball in Crofton, in Wynot, in southeast South Dakota, and that you appreciate that, because that way they know that this advertising is at least getting out there. That's the biggest thing. So, all right. Well, again, we're getting ready for Crofton and Wynot. We do have Crofton starting lineup. We're getting Wynots here. So we'll first take a look at our upcoming schedule. Then we'll take a break, and we'll come back with those starting lineups. So tonight, this is the only game in the South Central League, is this Wynot-Crofton game. Tomorrow night's a kind of a hybrid. Now, after years of the Yankton Morning Optimist sponsoring the Sioux Falls Canaries and the Sioux City Explorers. They have decided to change it up. Now, the reason for that is that cost them $9,000 to bring in the Explorers and Canaries. Games were getting rained out. It was hard to keep things active, and not that making money is the biggest thing, but their money goes towards youth programs. So what they're doing is called the Firecracker Classic. That will be tomorrow night. Parker Orr will be on the call. That'll also be here on Fox Sports Radio as well as 5-Star Streaming. And that will be a bit of an all-star game. And that's going to be kind of fun. Now, it will not feature athletes from either Freeman or Menno. And you say, well, why not? Are they too good? No, they're playing tomorrow night. So they obviously don't want to sacrifice players for that. So in the future, I am positive they have talked about them putting that more into the schedule so everyone can play. And I think that would be really fun. But tomorrow night, we do have the rosters for that. They did send that out to us. And again, that will be a time-limited game, so we do know that runs from 4 until 6. And Parker Orr will be on the call because I will be in Menno prepping for Freeman at Menno. So, on the one side, you have Derek Quam, Michael Drotzman from Lesterville. From Crofton, you'll have Zach Clark, Colton Schieffer, and Austin Goebel. From the Yankton Lakers, you'll have Mitch Gullickson, Will Rao, Danny Masora, Todd Rao, and Julian Santoyo, along with Frankie Intveld. From Irene, Dustin Livingston, Bryant Canodal, Jake DeLang, and Anthony De La Torre. From Wynot, Jesse Lundahl, Jude Cry, and Lee Hymas. From Tabor, man, they're bringing a nice contingent. Chris Sutera, Riley Rothschadel, Landon Schmidt, Easton Mutter, Landon Barish, Jeff Hunter, Jace Topel, Joey Slama, and Chase Corton. So, a nice contingent from Tabor. It's going to be a fun lineup, fun game. And so that'll be here. Pregame will probably start around 3:45. First pitch is set for 4 o'clock. That game will be done right around 6. Pregame here pregame from Menno will start around 6:50. I might go a little bit longer. We might run a couple of our South Central League baseball interviews. And that'll be here on 5-Star Streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio. So that's our upcoming schedule tomorrow. Then on Sunday, I'll be in Freeman at the fireworks game. Tabor Bluebirds against the Freeman Black Sox. Also in South Central League, you'll have Crofton at Irene and Lesterville at Wynot. On Thursday the 9th, you will have the makeup game between Crofton and Wynot in Wynot. You will have Menno at Irene, Lesterville at Freeman, and you will have Tabor at Yankton. That game will be the broadcast game on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio. Then on the 12th, Yankton at Freeman, Irene at Wynot, and Crofton at Tabor. Then on Thursday, July 16th, Menno at Lesterville, and then on the 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio, Irene at Tabor. Districts will run July 23rd through August 1st in Menno. First game will be on December 23rd. On July 23rd, 2 games on July 24th, off on July 25th. On Sunday the 26th, a 6 o'clock game, nothing on Monday. Tuesday, 2 games on the 28th, nothing on Wednesday. Thursday the 30th, you'll have 2 games. Friday the 31st will be off. And then Saturday, August 1st, will be the championship game. And then we'll be covering everything up at the park in Mitchell at the state tourney starting August 5th. And that's August 5th through the 16th at Cadwell Park. We'll be covering the South Central League teams as long as they're playing. So that's our look around the upcoming schedule. We'll take a quick break with our sponsors. That's all part of this Hanson Briggs pregame show. We'll be back with starting lineups after these messages on Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming on YouTube. From Crofton, I'm Michael Schumacher with Kendall Taney.
Greg Davis Excavation is the one to call when you're looking for reliable and dependable excavation and demolition work done the right way. From tree removal to full-scale demolition, Greg Davis Excavation has the experience and the equipment to handle it all. Curb, gutter work, sewer lines, drain tile, basement and garage floors, no problem. They have you covered with dependable and fast service you can trust. Residential or commercial, no job is too big. Greg Davis Excavation, a supporter of all Irene sports.
Since 1958, Tabor Lumber Co-op, located in Tabor and Lesterville, has been your trusted partner in agricultural service and supply. At our Tabor location, you will find the Cenex Fuel Island, open 24/7, accepting both credit and debit cards and offering Roadmaster premium diesel fuel and several options of blended ethanol gas. Inside the store, we've got you covered with hardware and paint supplies, plus top quality windows, doors, and siding. This is more than just a co-op. This is Tabor Lumber Co-op. Stop by today. We are here to help you grow.
Byerly Insurance would like to welcome new customers offering no obligation quotes. They will gladly travel to you with their mobile insurance service, doing business in Yankton, Lesterville, Menno, and surrounding areas of the South Central League. Give Rita Byerly or Brody Byerly a call at 605-387-5999 or go to ByerlyINS.com. When it comes to insurance for autos, home, farm, liability, commercial, work comp, or bonds, Byerly Insurance covers the bases.
Everyone wants a bank that cares about them to be more than just an account with a balance. Cedar Security Bank is committed to getting to know their customers and answering all their financial questions with honest answers about their money and investments. Cedar Security Bank has locations in Fordyce, Hardington, and Wynot with convenient 24-hour ATMs in all 3 locations. Stop in and visit Cedar Security Bank when you have questions about your accounts. Cedar Security Bank, member FDIC.
The Keg and Tabor is a great place to enjoy some food or a cold one. The grill is on at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Order yourself some appetizers, steak tips, a burger, or some fries or tots. Order up a cold one to go with your meal. Lunch specials are served Monday through Friday. Looking for a place to host a party? Check out the beer garden at the Keg. On the way to the game, make sure you stop by the Keg and Tabor to pick up your cold beverages and munchies. Mike and Anita are proud sponsors of Tabor Bluebirds and all South Central League baseball teams.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball on Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming. I'm questioning my musical taste. I looked up this song as they're singing American Pie, and it's by Madonna. I'd never thought I'd be considered a Madonna fan, but I'm liking her version of American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I... Tune in. Join in, Kendall. No? Join in the song. Sing. All right. So we have our starting lineups now. So let's go through that. For the visiting Wynot Expos. I want to thank Kendall for writing these down for me as I was running commercials. It gets a little weird having to go back and forth. So for the Wynot Expos, it will be Landon Weisler leading off and playing short. So number 14, Landon Weisler. Batting second. Batting second and playing second, number 34, Lee Hymas. Batting third and catching, number 22, Jalen Weisler. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 42, Jesse Lundahl. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 9, Jackson Sudbeck. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 17, Peyton Weisler. Batting seventh and DHing, number 15, Devin Lammers. Batting 8th and playing left field, number 11, Nate Weisler. And batting 9th and playing right field, number 5, Dylan Heine. And then who do they have pitching? Did they write it down?
Oh, Nolan Jansen.
Nolan Jansen is their pitcher. Okay. So
right.
Devin No, that's okay. I just wasn't sure if they wrote it down. So Devin Lammers, designated hitter. He'll be batting for Nolan Jansen, who is the pitcher. Also on the bench for Wynot, available to them, Carson Weisler, Jude Cry, Ryan Hymas, Nolan Ostrand, David Schenk, and Scott Morrison. Now, is Scott's daughter Grace? I saw Grace Morrison that hit a home run in softball.
Yes, uh-huh.
All right, that's kind of awesome. And there again, that's that crossover between Crofton and Wynot. Scott plays for Wynot, but his daughter plays softball in Crofton, and
yes.
so
and now Scott actually teaches now at Crofton too.
Yep.
So
yep, exactly. So that's that crossover. That's what you get, and that's part of the beauty of amateur baseball. Now for Crofton, batting first, leading off, playing second. It's number 3, Austin Goebel. Batting second and playing third base, it's number 15, Jared Wiebelhaus. Batting third and playing shortstop, James Kaiser. number 2. I had James Kaiser on the show earlier this week. Batting 4th and playing center field, cleanup hitter number 20, Seth Weebelhaus. Batting 5th and playing right field, number 24, Zach Clark. Batting 6th and designated hitter number 50, Colton Schieffer. Batting 6th and catching, number 42, Andy Knapp. Batting 7th and playing first base, it is number 18, Tyler Cook. Batting 8th and playing left field, number 8, Justin Potts. And batting 9th and pitching, not batting, it's just pitching, is number 10, Cap Bankston. So the managers are heading out to exchange lineup cards, meet with the umpires. We will have Jim Drotzman out there, I think, on the bases, and then Anders Scholl behind the plate. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem, and you are tuned in to the Hanson Briggs pregame show, bringing you South Central League Baseball on Fox Sports Radio and 5-star streaming on YouTube.
TLC Propane of Yankton, Lesterville, and Tabor wants you to know that they're proud of their high level of customer service and that they are locally owned. Building a new home or business? Give Trevor a call today for quotes on tank sizes or with any of your propane questions. TLC Propane can refill or exchange your camper, grill, and fire pit propane bottles. TLC Propane Yankton is now located at 2208 Whiting Drive. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
At Sioux International of Freeman, South Dakota, they pride themselves on delivering equipment solutions to every sort of farming operation. The company continues to exude a tradition of excellent customer service and employ a large staff of knowledgeable technicians. Get the scoop on the latest deals and what's new, whether it's ag equipment, acreage equipment, lawn and garden, or equipment attachments. It's what they do at your Sioux International dealer in Freeman, South Dakota, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small-town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Parker Hannafin in Yankton has proudly produced filters in their communities for 40 years. With a mission to protect their customers' engines and equipment from first to last use, you know you can trust Parker Hannafin. They have superb product quality, an extensive distribution network, and the industry's broadest product line. All of this in 40 years of doing what they're good at. That's Parker Hannafin in Yankton. Check out their website to see their wide variety of products and how they can help you. Parker Hannafin in Yankton is a proud supporter of all South Central League athletes.
Minnow Beer Garden, where the game's always on, the drinks are cold, and the wings and pizzas are delicious. There's Chislic and burgers too. Gather your crew for a night of darts, pool, or casino fun, or soak up the sun on the spacious outdoor area. Whether you're cheering on your favorite team or just looking for a laid-back hangout, Minnow Beer Garden is your destination. You won't go hungry or thirsty when you hang at the legendary beer garden in Minnow.
As we are now introducing the starting lineups as they're going to their respective baselines, it's obviously Landon Weisler, Lee Hymas, Jalen Weisler, Jesse Lundahl now out there batting 5th, center fielder Jackson Sudbeck. Batting 6th, it'll be first baseman number 17, Peyton Weisler.
The first baseman, number 17, Peyton Weisler.
Batting 7th, it'll be designated hitter number 15,
Batting
Devin
7th, the
Lammers.
designated hitter number 15, Devin Lammers.
Batting 8th,
Batting 8th,
it'll be number 11, left fielder Nate
number 11,
Weisler.
Nate Weisler.
And that's the beauty of what you get here at the Crofton ballpark. You get the PA guy. He's a little bit louder than the other ones. So, batting 9th and playing right field, number 5, Dylan Heine. Nolan Jansen, number 0, is the pitcher. And then you have the other players, Jude Cry, Carson Weisler, Ryan Hymas, Nolan Ostrand, David Schenk, and Scott Morrison. So again, Weisler, Hymas, Weisler, Lundahl, Sudbeck, Weisler, Lammers, Weisler, and Heine. So that's your starting lineup for Wynot as they are in their new uniforms.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey in New York City at Madison Square Garden, but he's here, the Batman, number 1.
So Wynot's in their red uniforms with the blue letters and numbers and white trim with a white stripe across the front and their white pants with those navy blue pinstripes. And here's your starting lineup for the Crofton Blue Jays. Leading off, number 3, second baseman Austin Goebel. Batting second and playing third base, it's number 15, Jared Wiebelhaus. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 2, James Kaiser. Batting fourth and playing center field, number 20, Seth Wiebelhaus.
Fielder number 20, Seth Wiebelhaus.
Batting fifth and playing right field, number 24, Zach Clark.
Right fielder number 24, Zach Clark.
Batting sixth and playing designated hitter, number 50, Colton Schieffer.
And the manager of the Blue Jays, number 50, Colton Schieffer.
Batting seventh and catching, number 42, Andy Knapp.
Number 42, Andy Knapp.
Batting eighth and playing first base, number 18, Tyler Cook.
18, Tyler Cook.
And batting ninth and playing left field, number 8, Justin Potts. On the mound tonight, it is number 10, Cap Bankston. On the bench, on the bench for the Crofton Blue Jays, it's Tyler Potts, who is the acting manager. Number 12, Braden Hagee. Number 13, Ben Hagee. Number 17, Zach Hagee. And number 16, Mitchell Steffen. So again, it's Austin Goebel, Jared Wiebelhaus, James Kaiser, Seth Wiebelhaus, Zach Clark, Colton Schieffer, Andy Knapp, Tyler Cook, and Justin Potts. So we should be in for a great matchup tonight as there are your teams lined up. And let's get a focus on the colors that are being brought in by...
Please welcome to the mound, Miss Avery Arndt.
Avery Arns will be throwing out the first pitch. Avery, who set numerous records, the fastest runner, not just in Class C, but honestly, possibly throughout the state of Nebraska. Just a freshman, daughter of Jason and Jane Arns. And so she's going to be quite a talent to come for these Crofton Warriors in track and field and cross country. So excited to see what Avery can do. She has been a guest already on At the Mic. I hope it's not the last time because she's going to be a superstar. So here's the pitch from Avery. We'll see if she can throw as well as she can run. Bounced it in, single one. So that is a nice strike by Avery Arns. All right, so let's get ready for the national anthem. Our national anthem is brought to you by America's Best Realty and Joe LaBarge in honor of South Dakota Special Olympics.
The flag of our country, the flag of the state of Nebraska, and other flags. Let's honor America and those who protect our freedom at both home and abroad. And in celebration.
So we will pause for the national anthem again. My classmate that I've mentioned before on these broadcasts is one of the color bearers. His name is Brian Cobbler. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook at all, you can see that took a picture with Pig and Porky.
Not in uniform.
And we will pause. But Brian Cobbler served in the Navy, just retired a few years ago, and also want to thank other veterans after this national anthem.
Our national anthem.
Can you say by the dawn's early
That was the national anthem sung by Morgan Stevens of Crofton High School.
Morgan Stevens.
And so
of
we want to
Crofton.
thank the
you,
National
Morgan.
Guard or National Guard at the Color Bears, the American Legion, Tucker Brown Everton American Legion, as they will exit the field. Again, I want to thank the veterans in my life. My daughter, Leela, who currently serves in the National Guard in North Carolina. My dad, Gary Schumacher, who served in the Vietnam War era in the Army. My uncle Leroy Schumacher, who served in the Korean War era from the Army. My late uncle George Dyson, who served in the United States Air Force during the Korean War era. My late uncle Richard Harvey, who served in the United States Navy in the Korean War era. And the late, great Chris Keeler, who was a former Crofton Bluejay, who was a part of my wedding and graduated with me from Crofton in 1993. One of the beautiful things I get to do every month is interview veterans as part of Veteran of the Month program brought to you by JR's Oasis. And this month's sponsor is Happy Hours. This month's Veteran of the Month is Levi Rohde. That was a fun interview that I got to do with Levi. So I want to thank him and every veteran willing to join me on that show. So, again, we're getting ready for first pitch here. Kendall, what should we expect tonight?
Expect a really competitive game between these two. They all know each other very, very well. Not too far apart, and especially the Wynot players that played with Crofton for junior and senior Legion level, now playing up and splitting off and going to their respective programs.
Well, and it should be a good battle. I don't know Nolan Jansen as a pitcher, but I've seen Cap Bankston pitch, and he always does a nice job. Should be pretty consistent. He can have some good stuff. It's not overpowering, but if he allows them just to hit the ball, he has some great fielding behind him. From left to right, you have Jared Wiebelhaus, who's just a vacuum cleaner at third. James Kaiser, who as the season has been going on, just seems to be getting more and more rounding, more and more into his fielding shape. Austin Goebel at second, a nice slick fielder over there. And Tyler Cook, a nice big body over on first that they can hit with good range. And then in the outfield, the outfield for Crofton from left to right, Justin Potts in left field. Might be the fastest outfield out there between Justin Potts and Seth Wiebelhaus, and then Zach Clark playing out in right field. It should be interesting. And then for Wynot, Nolan Jansen will start for them, and they will be led, of course, by their veteran Lee Hymas, who's batting second. So this inning, it's Landon Weisler, Lee Hymas, and Jalen Weisler. Who's on deck? It's Lee Hymas, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. So Lee Hymas steps up, the veteran. Landon Weisler steps up, Lee Hymas on deck. So Landon Weisler steps up. Here's the first pitch coming from Bankston. Winds and delivers. That's in for a strike.
At 7:34 p.m., AC Sunshine.
Count is 0-1. That pitch is low, evens the count at 1-1. That ball's hit over to Jared Wiebelhaus, and that gets just over his glove. So leadoff single for Landon Weisler. First hit of the game, first batter of the game, puts a runner on first, and that brings up Lee Hymas. So Lee comes up, playing second base today. Doesn't play center field nearly as much as he used to, but he will sometimes when things turn around. But he's not the default center fielder anymore. And the first pitch to Lee from Bankston is a ball, 1-0. So Cap Bankston was the comeback player of the year a couple of years ago in South Dakota amateur baseball. Coming back from an injury. Here's a throw over to first, not in time. Weisler gets back in safely. So the count to Hymas is 1-0 with Jalen Weisler on deck, Landon Weisler on first. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Weisler takes off. Here's a throw down to second from Andy Knapp. That will bounce in, but Weisler will be in safely. And I believe that was a ball, so it's 2-0 now with a runner on second. And that's the Wynot way. You know, I almost would expect Lee to possibly bunt here, trying to get that first run across. That's what they've done in the past. But he might swing away if he's seeing something that he likes. That is high and inside, 3-0. And that is a 4-pitch walk, not the way you want to start. So, first two runners do get aboard. Runners at first and second. Brings up catcher Jalen Weisler with number 5, or with third baseman Jesse Lundahl on deck. So I think it's pretty important to get a ground ball here, whether you can get 2 or you can get that lead runner. Don't you, Kendall?
Yeah, very important. That's in there for a called strike.
Weisler does show bunt, but did pull back. Strike 1, 0-1. Again, Wynot tends to like to try to get that first run across, so you can always play a little bit looser when you have a lead. That ball's grounded over to Kaiser. Kaiser to third, gets the lead runner, and that's what they want to do. So now 1 down, runners on first and second, with Jalen Weisler aboard via a fielder's choice. Lee Hymas on second as Landon Weisler is cut down, heading to third. That brings up Jesse Lundahl.
We have a courtesy runner. That will be number 3, Carson Weisler.
So Carson Weisler, courtesy running out there for Jalen Weisler, the catcher. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Jesse Lundahl. 0-1. So Bankston hoping to get out of a jam here. Nothing's been real hard hit. He walked Hymas. The hit to open the game was just a grounder that just bounced over Wiebelhaus's glove. And that does hit Lundahl. So Lundahl will be aboard after being hit by a pitch. So now the bases are loaded with 1 down. That brings up center fielder Jackson Sudbeck.
The center fielder number 9, Jackson Sudbeck.
So again, Sudbeck was a guest on At the Mic earlier this week. Bases loaded, so the one benefit to that is it's a force at every base. So they're probably not going to try a bunt here because that could be easily played. But that is going to be hit into left field, fielded cleanly by Potts, and they're going to hold that to a single. So well done by Potts. Just 1 run coming across on the second hit of the game. So that's an RBI single for Sudbeck. So Sudbeck at first, Carson Weisler at second, Jalen Weisler at third as Hymas comes around to score. That brings up first baseman Peyton Weisler with designated hitter Devin Lammers on deck. So Peyton Weisler, the first left-handed hitter up there. And first pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. That's in for a strike. Maybe feels like maybe Cap's finding his groove here. Count is 0-2 with the bases loaded and 1 down. 1 run across. That pitch is outside, 1-2. That ball's grounded right up the middle, fielded by Kaiser, who steps on second but cannot get the double play, so a run does come across. So now runners at first and third. It's now 2-0 Wynot on with 2 down. So Weisler's aboard via fielder's choice.
7th for Wynot, the designated hitter number 15.
Lundahl is at third as Carson Weisler comes across. So with the 2-0 lead, runners at first and third, 2 down. Devin Lammers steps up. Here's the first pitch. That's a little high. 1-0. So with the bases loaded and 1 down, if Crofton can get out of this with just 2 runs coming across, they'll probably feel pretty fortunate. Ball's popped up, and that will be out of play. Would you count yourself fortunate if you were Crofton, if they can get away with just 2 runs?
Yeah, I would say that's a huge win, especially with 1 down and you had bases loaded.
So 1 ball, 1 strike on Devin Lammers. That's in for a strike as Weisler will advance to second, uncontested. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the first Crofton looking to get out of a jam. Bankston winds and delivers, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Crofton does get out of the inning with just the 2 runs coming across, but 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors with 2 runners left on base. At the end of half an inning, it's Wynot 2 and Crofton coming to bat here in Crofton on Fox Sports Radio and 5-star streaming on YouTube. With Kendall Taney, I'm Michael Schumacher. We'll be right back.
Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska is proud to serve the northeast Nebraska and surrounding tri-state area of Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa. When you need feed for your livestock, they haul dry or liquid right to your farm. When you need fertilizer, they also haul dry or liquid. Why not give Jones Feed and Grain Trucking a call to save you time and money with your feed or fertilizer needs? That's Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska, serving the tri-state area.
Larson Carpet has the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Family owned and operated since 1972, Larson Carpet offers a huge variety of flooring options, both in stock and special order. When you want the job done right, come to Larson Carpet. Located at 208 Walnut Street in the Meridian District, Larson Carpet is your friendly, family-owned flooring specialist that is right for you.
Living in the Midwest, driving miles to work, our vehicle needs to be in the best running condition possible. And when you have problems like brakes or belts or alignment, you take it to Pecos Repair in Tabor. Justin and his ASE certified techs will take care of your vehicle, fix it right, and you'll be back on the road in no time. And you may as well get the air conditioning checked now, too. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Pecos Repair, 605-463-2354. To schedule an appointment, give them a call. Pecos Repair.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available.
Welcome back to Crofton Baseball Field with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher on Fox Sports Radio and 5-star streaming. As we enter the bottom half of the first inning, Crofton trails Wynot by a score of 2-0. So leading off for Wynot will be pitching is number 0, Nolan Jansen. Catching is Jalen Weisler. Leading off for Crofton will be Austin Goebel, followed by Jared Wiebelhaus and James Kaiser. Who's on deck? Well, it's Jared Wiebelhaus. Who's on deck? Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Again, on our Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard, it is 2-0. Why not? All right, Goebel, left-handed hitter, speedster. See, I don't know if I've seen him bunt, but he's kind of a slap hitter. He's so hard to get out. He's so quick down the first base line. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1.
Just on the outside corner.
So again, Crofton in their all-white uniforms with blue letters and numbers and that gray or gray-silver trim. That pitch is outside, 1-1. That ball's chopped right back to Jansen. Jansen fields it cleanly, tosses it over to first for the first out of the inning. That's a 1-3 putout, 1 up, 1 down. Brings up Jared Wiebelhaus. Jared Wiebelhaus playing third base, number 15. And then on deck is number 2, shortstop, James Kaiser. So Crofton, one of those rare teams starting off with the back-to-back left-handers at the top of the order. First pitch is low, 1-0. Facing off with the righty, Nolan Jansen. Ball Ball's fouled off, out of play, 1-1. So again, last night Tabor defeated Lesterville. They just, boy, the home runs were flying out of there. And it was a good night for Tabor. But Lesterville, they'll be back. They're a tough team. Lesterville and Tabor were the two teams receiving votes in the most recent amateur baseball poll in South Dakota. Here's the 1-1 pitch coming from Jansen to Weeblehouse. That's outside, 2-1. And you've been doing PA for some Crofton Legion juniors, correct?
Yes,
How's that been
juniors
going?
and seniors.
How's that been going?
Good. They finished up their league tournaments in the Randolph Bishop League. Juniors made it to the second round of the Randolph Bishop League tournament, losing to Wayne 3-0. And in the first round of senior senior Randolph Bishop League, they fell on a walk-off to Wakefield 7-6 at Wayne.
Okay. All right, we have a full count here, and payoff pitch coming up from Jansen to Weeblehouse. So 3-2 count, one down, nobody on here in the bottom half of the first, with Crofton trying to cut back into that 2-0 lead that Wynot got in the top of the first. Jansen winds and delivers. That's laced into left center field.
Right.
That's going to won't reach the fence, but that'll be a single for Jared Weeblehouse. So Crofton has their first hit, their first base runner, with a single for Weeblehouse, and that'll bring up shortstop James Kaiser.
Number 2, James Kaiser.
That was hit really well. It's hard. This is a hard angle to tell. I thought it had a little more lift to it, that it might reach the fence. It was just a basic single, but a really nice hit. So Kaiser now steps up with Seth Weeblehouse on deck. Kaiser is a teacher in the Cedar Catholic School District. There's a throw over to first. Weeblehouse in safely. It's a beautiful night out here at the ballpark. If you haven't been to the Crofton ball field, you really should. It's a beautiful sight. Field is looking so well manicured. That pitch is low, 1-0. So 1-0 count. Weeblehouse gets a modest lead off of first base. That's in for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Ball's popped up. Foul and out of play, 1-2. I always look, and thankfully it's not my vehicle, so it's the station vehicle if it does get hit. Not that they'd be happy about that, but at least it's not mine, right, Kendall?
Yeah.
So how's your podcast going?
Good.
When's your next one?
The next one will be on Wednesday.
Do you know who you're going to have on?
I'm not going to have anybody on. It will just be a short little update on stuff. I have an interview coming up on July 28th with the new Hardington Newcastle head volleyball coach.
Oh, good. All right.
Kenneth Schroeder.
All right, that pitch is out of the zone. It's a full count again for Jansen. This time it's to James Kaiser. So who's the new volleyball coach? Who's the new volleyball coach?
Kenneth Schroeder.
Okay. That ball's grounded over to, fielded cleanly at second, but not in time, not able to get Kaiser. So an infield single for Kaiser, back-to-back singles for Crofton, puts runners at first and second. And now batting up, cleanup, it's number 8, Seth Weeblehouse. So Crofton looking to try to get on the board, some decent speed out there. Weeblehouse at second, Kaiser at first. Weeblehouse batting, he's always fast. So 2 hits in the inning, back-to-back. Jansen with a couple of full counts, so his pitch count's pretty high already. First pitch for a strike on Seth Wiebelhaus. Any new coaches in the Crofton School District?
What?
Any new coaches in the Crofton School District?
No.
I didn't think so. I didn't think I saw anything. So.
No.
So here's the 0-1 pitch. That's grounded back to Jansen, who throws it over to second, but they're not able to get a double play, so they do get one. But that puts runners at first and third with 2 down now. And I'll be honest, Kaiser's fast enough. They barely got Kaiser at second. So that brings up right fielder Zach Clark as Seth Wiebelhaus is aboard via fielder's choice. Kaiser is cut down on the way to second. Jared Wiebelhaus 90 feet away as Crofton's looking to get that first run on the board for themselves. On deck is designated hitter and manager Colton Schieffer. Jansen looks in, comes set, winds and delivers. That is inside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and Wiebelhaus heads down to second. So runners at second and third count as 1-1. Of course, if people are watching and they see the big ball out on the light pole for number 55, that's Kyle Mueller, killed tragically. Boy, it's been a while ago now, but in a car accident. So in honor of him. All right, so 1-1 count. Swing and a miss by Zach Clark, 1-2. So Jansen is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Crofton's a hit away from tying it up, though. With Wiebelhaus at second, a hit to the outfield would score, especially because you'd be going on contact. So we'll see what Clark can do here. Jansen comes set. Here's the pitch. That's lifted high into right field. Camping underneath and making the catch is Dylan Heine. So Crofton threatens, but they cannot get anything across. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 1, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with more on Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming on YouTube.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provides, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball from Crofton. I'm Michael Schumacher as the Wynot Expos lead Crofton 2-0 as we head into the second inning. Leading off for Wynot will be Nate Weisler, followed by Dylan Heine and Landon Weisler. Who's on deck? Well, it's Dylan Heine, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Cat Bankston on the mound for Crofton for a second inning as we wait for the fireworks to finish. So Wynot up 2-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. And that first pitch is a ball, 1-0. That ball's laced foul, 1-1.
Just down the line.
Good contact, but just a little too far ahead of it. So Nate Weisler steps back in. Bankston winds and delivers. That's in for a strike, 1-2. Good crowd filing in. Crowd in the stands. Ooh, just out of the zone, 2-2.
About right there.
See a good crowd all the way around tonight. That ball's chopped foul, ahead of it again. So count remains 2-2. So again, want to thank the members of Tucker Brown Everton for presenting colors tonight. Here's the pitch. That's high. Full count, 3-2. So payoff pitch coming from Bankston. That's lifted high into center field. Seth Wiebelhaus trots in, camps underneath, and gloves it for the first out. So 1 up, 1 down here in the second. That brings up the number 9 hitter, right fielder, Dylan Heine. On deck is Landon Weisler. It's always a big night with fireworks and everything here in Crofton, so not surprised at the crowd as that is lifted high, foul, and out of play.
Remember, kids, bring those fouls
0-1
from the game to the press box for a $1 coin, courtesy of Cedars Security Bank.
Yeah, Crofton, kind of the home of the loudest PA. They've got those speakers on high, you know.
Yeah, we just upgraded them, too.
Yep.
So
That's fouled off, 0-2. So if you think you're hearing the PA more than usual, you are. It's
down and
that
away.
is a wild, not a wild pitch technically, I guess, but nobody's on, so it doesn't matter. It's 1-2 as Colton Schieffer brings some balls out to Mr. Scholl. As the count is 1-2 with 1 down here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's Bankston's second strikeout of the night and the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down. That brings the top of the order and Landon Weisler. Weisler singled his first time up. Didn't score. He was cut down heading to third. Was not part of the 2 runs. First pitch from Bankston is a ball, and they did not swing at it, so 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Bankston gets that one across, 1-1. So Bankston hoping to have a less eventful inning than his last one. 2 down now. That ball's grounded right up the middle, but that will be a single. That'll get between Goebel and Kaiser, so that'll be a single for Wynot and for Landon Weisler. He is 2 for 2 on the night now. Back at first base. Brings up second baseman Lee Hymas. He walked his first time up, came around to score the first run of the game. And Bankston is
done.
Leaving. So Zach Clark will come in. And Colton Schieffer will head out to right field. So this pitching change brought to you by Mama J's Bar and Cafe in Irene. We'll be back right after this.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust understands what it takes to be a part of the community. It's not just about transactions, it's about relationships. Whether you're buying your first home, growing your business, or planning for the future, their team is here to help every step of the way. Elkhorn Valley Bank uses local decision-making, personalized service, and modern banking tools like online banking and a teller on demand to make managing money simple and convenient. Helping you reach your financial goals, Elkhorn Valley Bank. Member FDIC.
There's something new waiting for you at the Crofton Lakeview Golf Course. Come experience a brand new clubhouse where great rounds meet great company. Enjoy the stunning new view while relaxing with friends on the covered patio. Whether you're finishing 9 holes or just stopping by, Lakeview's new clubhouse is a perfect place to unwind. Lakeview Golf Course, come for the game, stay for the experience. Make every visit unforgettable at the new Lakeview Clubhouse. Experience a summer of golf while overlooking the views of the Lewis and Clark Lake. See you there.
Joe Substation in Lesterville says go Bronx. And so should you. Go to Joe Substation when you are hungry. They serve that amazing Alaskan pollock and delicious roasted chicken. Lunch specials are served Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 1. And on Wednesday, it's the all-you-can-eat roasted chicken and fish buffet served from 5 to 8 p.m. Weekends, the kitchen is open from 5 p. to 9. So when you're out and about, hungry and need some nourishment or a cold beverage, Joe's Substation is the place. 4 miles south of Lesterville. Go Bronx.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball, brought to you by our sponsors on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio. So after that Mama J's Bar and Cafe pitching change, Zach Clark is now on the mound. Colton Schieffer has moved out to right field. Batting for Wynot, it is Lee Hymas with Jalen Weisler on deck. Here's the first pitch coming from Clark. That is in for a strike, 0-1. So runner on first and Landon Weisler, who has 2 singles on the evening. Here's the second strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Weisler is at second with his second stolen base. So runner at second, 2 down, 0-2 count. Clark winds and delivers. That's laced into right field. Schieffer, though, angles over, makes the catch, and that is the inning. So in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After the end of an inning and a half, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back after this.
James Steel is a general contractor specializing in steel buildings for more than 45 years. James Steel has been building a strong industry, providing pre-engineered Varco-prudent buildings across South Dakota, Northwest Iowa, and Northeast Nebraska. From agriculture and commercial projects to fire halls, community centers, aviation, and storage buildings. As a leader in the steel building industry, James Steel of Yankton can offer customers more building at better prices. Call 605-689-7321 for your free estimate and start building with strength, quality, and experience you can trust.
At Central Farmers Cooperative, they know your operation depends on more than just hard work. It depends on the right partner. From agronomy solutions that boost your yields to reliable seed varieties and the chemicals that help protect every acre. Central Farmers Cooperative is there to support you every step of the way. Local people, local expertise, real results. Central Farmers Cooperative cheering on the surrounding areas in all aspects. Central Farmers Cooperative, growing strong together.
Friendly place to have a drink with friends and family. Darts, pool, big screen TV, nice, friendly, hospitable staff, great decor for family and community gatherings. How about 5 stars? Tremendous place for local people to meet. These are just a few of the comments about the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Have you been there yet? If not, sounds like you should head to the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Music, cold beverages, and your favorite drink mixed just right. The Corner Nugget is a proud sponsor of the Lesterville Bronx. Stop in and catch a game on the big screen.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball on 5-Star Streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio. Leading off this inning for Crofton will be Colton Schieffer, followed by Andy Knapp and Tyler Cook. Who's on deck? Well, it's Andy Knapp, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Score is 2-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. Here's the first pitch coming from Nolan Jansen to Colton Schieffer. That pitch is lifted out into right center field. That could be trouble. Oh, Landon Weisler is able to catch up to it, and that is a long fly out to center field. That brings up catcher Andy Knapp. On deck is first baseman Tyler Cook. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom half of the second as Andy Knapp steps up. Jansen's first pitch to Knapp is a ball, 1-0. Jansen works from the stretch consistently, not just with batters on. It's a rhythm thing for some pitchers. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Like I say, it's a rhythm thing for me. I'd work from the stretch too, but
yeah.
I was never a pitcher, so I don't know.
Yeah.
As Jansen comes set here.
Me too. I was never a pitcher either. I
That's
just like calling the games.
Exactly. 1-2. There's the 1-2 pitch. That's laced right over to second, fielded cleanly by Lee Hymas as it was sinking. And that's 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom half of the second. Crofton looking to get something going. Brings up first baseman Tyler Cook with left fielder Justin Potts on deck. So Crofton with 2 hits in the game, but nothing so far this inning. As Jansen comes set, comes home. That's in for a strike, 0-1.
He's got a nice rhythm down.
He does, he does.
Nice set and throw.
That's a little high. Inside, 1-1. I think they were throwing at him intentionally. They should throw him out, don't you think? I believe that was intentional. Yeah. I think Tyler needs to throw down the bat, charge the mound. So, 1 ball, 1 strike here. As Jansen comes set. That's fouled off. We had an incident last night in Lesterville where a ball was fouled straight back into the umpire.
Oh.
And he went down. I mean, it was a few minutes. And then the very next pitch, after he's gotten some water, he's gotten himself reset. It was 5-10 minutes, I'm sure. Next one, right to the noggin again. Oh, he was a little frustrated. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch.
We actually had one of those a couple nights ago here at the ballpark. It was Chad Cottle. And just hit him just right.
South Central League Baseball, Wynot 2.
Yep.
And Crofton nothing.
And so that was a strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. At the end of 2, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back after this on Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming.
At Menno State Bank, our team is dedicated to the traditions of service. We offer a wide array of products to accommodate all your financial needs, including checking and savings accounts, CDs, loans, IRAs, debit cards, credit cards, a 24-hour ATM, and online banking. Be sure to inquire about our competitive rates. Menno State Bank, member FDIC, proud to serve the Menno community and surrounding areas.
High Street Insurance and Financial in Crofton has what you need for all your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, farm, crop, commercial, life, or health, they have the right products and the right service you're looking for all your insurance needs. Call High Street Insurance in Crofton at 402-388-4772 or stop in at 1201 West 2nd Street in Crofton. A proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball, brought to you by our sponsors on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio. Here in the top of the third, leading off will be Jalen Wiesler, followed by Jesse Lundahl and Jackson Sudbeck. Jesse Lundahl, who's on deck, brought to you by Chris Haygrinding. I will hand it on over to Kendall. He'll take care of this inning.
In there for a called strike, 0-1 the count goes to Jalen Wiesler. That's in there for a called strike, 0-2.
And again, just a reminder, Cap Bankston started the game, but Zach Clark came in the last inning. So on a Mama J Bar and Cafe pitching change.
2-1 just down below for ball one. 1-2 the count on Jalen Weisler. That one just fouled off.
Again, kids,
Count remains 1-2.
Sponsored by Cedar Security Bank of Hardington, Fordyce, and Wynot.
Oh, well hit ball down by the third baseline. Gets in there for a single for Jalen Weisler.
Jesse Lundahl.
Yeah, that's an infield single. James Kaiser fielded it cleanly, but there was no way. He was so deep in the hole.
Now batting for courtesy runner.
I think the courtesy runner, I think it's Carson Weisler again.
At first,
Okay.
or why not? Number 3, Carson Weisler.
Yes, you are correct. Carson Weisler. Jesse Lundahl, your batter for Wynot.
Here's the 0-1 pitch coming from Clark.
Bunt down the line. That goes foul. Count goes to 0-2 on Jesse Lundahl. O2 on Jesse Lundahl. Swing down the third baseline. Just goes foul. 0-2 the count on Jesse Lundahl. That's a well-hit ball. Nice snag and a double play.
A solid 6-4-3 double play there. Nice fielding. Second great fielding play by James Kaiser of the inning. And I said he's rounding into form defensively.
For why not the center fielder, Jackson Sudbeck.
6-4-1. Now batting, Jackson Sudbeck.
So first pitch to Sudbeck is a ball.
That's in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count goes. That's up high to just behind second base.
Kaiser calls off Austin Goebel. So Kaiser pretty much had a hand in every out of the inning. Ends up being no runs, one hit, no errors. At the end of 2.5, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the bottom half of the third after these messages from our sponsors.
Greg Davis Excavation is the one to call when you're looking for reliable and dependable excavation and demolition work done the right way. From tree removal to full-scale demolition, Greg Davis Excavation has the experience and the equipment to handle it all. Curb, gutter work, sewer lines, drain tile, basement and garage floors, no problem. They have you covered with dependable and fast service you can trust. Residential or commercial, no job is too big. Greg Davis Excavation, a supporter of all Irene sports.
Good, you?
Since 1958, Tabor Lumber Co-op, located in Tabor and Lesterville, has been your trusted partner in agricultural service and supply. At our Tabor location, you will find the Cenex Fuel Island, open 24/7, accepting both credit and debit cards and offering Roadmaster premium diesel fuel and several options of blended ethanol gas. Inside the store, we've got you covered with hardware and paint supplies, plus top quality windows, doors, and siding. This is more than just a co-op. This is Tabor Lumber Co-op. Stop by today. We are here to help you grow.
Byerly Insurance would like to welcome new customers offering no obligation quotes. They will gladly travel to you with their mobile insurance service, doing business in Yankton, Lesterville, Menno, and surrounding areas of the South Central League. Give Rita Byerly or Brody Byerly a call at 605-387-5999 or go to ByerlyINS.com. When it comes to insurance for autos, home, farm, liability, commercial, work comp, or bonds, Byerly Insurance covers the bases.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball. Leading off this inning, it'll be Justin Potts, followed by Austin Goebel and Jared Wiebelhaus. Who's on deck? Well, it's Austin Goebel, brought to you by Chris Haygrinding in Tyndall. Nolan Jansen still on the mound for Wynot.
Really good hustle down the line by Justin Potts.
That's that speed by Potts that we talked about. All right, it's your call. Is that a hit or an error?
I say that's a hit.
I think so, too. All right, runner on first.
Brings up Austin Goebel. High, and the runner advances to second.
This counts 1-0 with a runner on second.
Down and away for ball 2, 2-0. Runner on second is Justin Potts. Austin Goebel, your batter.
A lot of speed with Potts and then Goebel at bat.
Back.
Good,
just in time.
Good spin move, but Potts gets back in time. As the crowd continues to fill in here.
Austin Goebel, your batter. 2-0 the count. And that's bunt.
So Goebel shows bunt, pulls back. It's a ball 3, and Potts makes it down to third with a stolen base. So now Crofton's first run could just be 90 feet away. Goebel looks like he's showing bunt again. And that is ball 4. Wow.
Base on balls.
With Goebel's speed, do you expect him to take off here in one of these first few pitches?
The third baseman, Jared Wiebelhaus.
Do you expect him to take off here?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially with the runner on third, less likely to even attempt to throw down there. And then you get those two, second and third, two runners in definite scoring position. Oh, pickoff throw to first. And Gobel's going to be out. Wow, Gobel's out.
Wow.
Potts couldn't advance. Well played by Wynot. So now 1 down, just a runner on third. A base running error there. As Gobel did try to keep him occupied, but Potts, he couldn't get him into a situation where he could just advance home. So, 1 down, runner on third for Jared Wiebelhaus. Ball's popped up behind the plate, caught for the second out of the inning.
For the Blue Jays, the shortstop, James Kaiser.
Now batting, James Kaiser. And that's in there for a called strike to James Kaiser.
Kaiser singled his first time up back in the first inning, put 2 runners on for Crofton. And unfortunately unable to get anything across.
And that's a swing and a miss. 0-2 on James Kaiser. And that's on the inside corner for called strike 3. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Wynot.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left.
Yep. So no runs, 1 left. So after 3, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the 4th inning after these messages on Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming.
Everyone wants a bank that cares about them to be more than just an account with a balance. Cedar Security Bank is committed to getting to know their customers and answering all their financial questions with honest answers about their money and investments. Cedar Security Bank has locations in Fordyce, Hardington, and Wynot with convenient 24-hour ATMs in all 3 locations. Stop in and visit Cedar Security Bank when you have questions about your accounts. Cedar Security Bank, member FDIC.
The Keg and Tabor is a great place to enjoy some food or a cold one. The grill is on at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Order yourself some appetizers, steak tips, a burger, or some fries or tots. Order up a cold one to go with your meal. Lunch specials are served Monday through Friday. Looking for a place to host a party? Check out the beer garden at the Keg. On the way to the game, make sure you stop by the Keg and Tabor to pick up your cold beverages and munchies. Mike and Anita are proud sponsors of Tabor Bluebirds and all South Central League baseball teams.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio as we enter the top of the 4th. Leading off for Wynot will be Peyton Weisler, Devin Lammers, and Nate Weisler. Who's on deck? Devin Lammers. That's brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Wynot leads 2-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. Zach Clark in his 3rd inning of relief. Woo! Colton made that interesting. He came in, then he had to go back, had to kind of sky for that just a little bit, but 1 up, 1 down.
Designated hitter, Devin Lammers.
So Clark sets, delivers to Devin Lammers, swing and a miss, strike 1, 0-1.
Just on the outside corner for ball 1. 1-1 the count goes.
So Clark, much like Jansen, works from the stretch every pitch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fielded cleanly at third by Weeblehouse. Nice throw over to first for a 5-3 put out for the second out of the inning.
For Wynot, the left fielder, Nate Wiesler.
Now batting for Wynot.
So Nate Wiesler steps up. What did Wiesler do his last time up? He flew out to center. So here's his first pitch from Clark. Just a little high, ball one.
That's down for ball two.
Just outside, ball two.
Ball on the outside corner. 3-0 the count goes.
Dylan Heine waits on deck as Clark walks around the mound just a little bit, trying to regather himself after 3 straight balls. But 2 down, he'd love to get a Y with a 1-2-3 inning.
That's in there for a called strike on the outside corner.
Concession stand staying busy up there. Helps fund the operations around here. There's
ball 4.
Ball 4. That's a walk. Runner is aboard.
Brings up Dylan Heine to the batter's box for Wynot.
For the Expos, the right fielder, Dylan Heine.
Heine struck out his first time up back in the second inning.
That's in there for a called strike on the outer side. That's going to be a hit.
The hit and run was on, but they couldn't advance the runner. Wiesler, it was so hard hit and so well fielded out there by Potts that it was still just base-to-base running on the single by Heine.
Brings up Landon Wiesler to the batter's box for the Expos.
Wiesler's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, but has not scored a run yet, so he'd love to get his third hit here, maybe score a run for these Expos.
And back, out at second, throwback, got him.
That is a beautiful pickoff play there by Zach Clark, picks off Wiesler on second. So in the inning, ends up being no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 3.5, it is Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th after these messages on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio.
TLC Propane of Yankton, Lesterville, and Tabor wants you to know that they're proud of their high level of customer service and that they are locally owned. Building a new home or business? Give Trevor a call today for quotes on tank sizes or with any of your propane questions. TLC Propane can refill or exchange your camper, grill, and fire pit propane bottles. TLC Propane Yankton is now located at 2208 Whiting Drive. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
At Sioux International of Freeman, South Dakota, they pride themselves on delivering equipment solutions to every sort of farming operation. The company continues to exude a tradition of excellent customer service and employ a large staff of knowledgeable technicians. Get the scoop on the latest deals and what's new, whether it's ag equipment, acreage equipment, lawn and garden, or equipment attachments. It's what they do at your Sioux International dealer in Freeman, South Dakota, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio. Leading off here in the bottom half of the fourth for Crofton, it's Seth Wiebelhaus, followed by Zach Clark and Colton Schieffer. Who's on deck, you ask? Well, that is Zach Clark, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding. And now to take over here is Kendall Taney. And that will be
ball,
at the warning track.
At the warning track
For the Blue Jays, the pitcher, Zach Clark.
At the warning track for out number 1.
So Jansen comes set to Zach Clark. That first pitch is a ball, 1-0. Ball 2, 2-0 as that one bounced right in front of the plate. Clark, his last time up, flew out deep to right field. On deck is right fielder Colton Schieffer.
And that's in there for a called strike. Bring the count to 2-1. That's a little high. Count goes to 3-1 on. 3-1. One down. He overran it. The runner will advance to second.
It's a stand-up double for Zach Clark, the fourth hit of the game for Crofton. That puts a runner in scoring position with just one down.
Bring to the batter's box, number 50, Colton Schieffer. And we have a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner at second base for Crofton, number 15, Jared Wiebelhaus.
So Jared Wiebelhaus is the courtesy runner.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
High and up. Fouled off. 0-1 to Colton Schieffer.
Are we sure that's Jared Wiebelhaus, or is that number 16, Mitchell Steffen?
I think it's Mitchell Steffen.
I think so, too. I don't think you can plug a courtesy runner in that's a position player.
A batter.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before. That's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 the count goes. Off and out, away for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Colton Schieffer. And that's like a lob in. And just in time.
Yeah, nothing against Colton. He's not super fast. That was in less than half a step.
Yeah.
So,
now bring the batters back for Crofton. Blue Jays, number 42, Andy Knapp. Down for the ball. 1-0 goes the count to Andy Knapp. That swung on, and that will be caught for the third out.
For Crofton in the bottom of the fourth inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 4 innings in South Central League.
So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 4, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on Fox Sports Radio and 5 Star streaming on YouTube.
Parker Hannafin in Yankton has proudly produced filters in their communities for 40 years. With a mission to protect their customers' engines and equipment from first to last use, you know you can trust Parker Hannafin. They have superb product quality, an extensive distribution network, and the industry's broadest product line. All of this in 40 years of doing what they're good at. That's Parker Hannafin in Yankton. Check out their website to see their wide variety of products and how they can help you. Parker Hannafin in Yankton is a proud supporter of all South Central League athletes.
Minnow Beer Garden, where the game's always on, the drinks are cold, and the wings and pizzas are delicious. There's Chislic and burgers too. Gather your crew for a night of darts, pool, or casino fun. Or soak up the sun on the spacious outdoor area. Whether you're cheering on your favorite team or just looking for a laid-back hangout, Minnow Beer Garden is your destination. You won't go hungry or thirsty when you hang at the legendary beer garden in Minnow.
Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska is proud to serve the northeast Nebraska and surrounding tri-state area of Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa. When you need feed for your livestock, they haul dry or liquid right to your farm. When you need fertilizer, they also haul dry or liquid. Why not give Jones Feed and Grain Trucking a call to save you time and money with your feed or fertilizer needs? That's Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska, serving the tri-state area.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball. Leading off this inning for Wynot, it is Landon Weisler, who was up when they had the pickoff on Dylan Heine to close out the fourth. So it's Weisler followed by Lee Hymas and Jalen Weisler. Lee Hymas is who's on deck. Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. First pitch swung on and missed. 0-1.
Up for ball 1-1 the count.
So Weisler's 2 for 2 on the night, looking for his third hit.
Oh.
That was a foul ball, though. Boy, Colton Schieffer misplayed it just a little bit, but it was foul. So, as they say, no harm, no foul. But it was foul. Oh, so is my humor, as somebody probably wants to say. That makes the count 1-2 on Landon Weisler, with Lee Hymas awaiting. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming from Zach Clark.
That's a swing down.
Swing and a miss. That pitch does get away from Andy Knapp, so it is technically a strikeout, but the runner heads down to first, so Weisler is aboard via strikeout.
The second baseman, Lee Hymas.
Brings up second baseman Lee Hymas. There's the bat boy, Kyle Hymas. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see Kyle Hymas representing Pig and Porky, along with Brian Cobbler, so love Kyle Hymas. Good guy over there. All right, so Lee Hymas steps up. 0 for 1 today with a flyout and a walk with the run scored. Hit over to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Goebel. Oh, and just in time to get Hymas another beautiful 6-4-3 double play. And with Hymas' speed, that is no easy feat.
No, that was very well played.
So now
Crofton.
Definitely. Kaiser showing his defensive chops out there. So now with 2 down, that brings up catcher Jalen Weisler.
That's like the third time Kaiser's had. Nice.
It is. Weisler back in the first, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. First pitch to Weisler is a strike. But yeah, James Kaiser showing himself at least 3 great defensive plays tonight. That pitch is low, 1-1.
1-1 the count goes.
One ball, one strike. Clark comes set. Here's the pitch. Oh, boy, just between Weebelhaus and Kaiser. Like Wee Willie Keeler used to say, hit it where they ain't. Well, that's what he did. That's another single, another hit for Wynot.
Courtesy runner for Wynot will be number 3, Carson Weisler.
Carson Weisler again.
Wynot number 3, Carson Weisler.
And there's Brian Cobbler.
For the Expos, the third baseman.
What's that?
Wynot.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, but yeah, I'd take a Diet Coke. Thank you, sir.
I'm getting something already, but thanks. Hey, you did get.
I did. I get the service from a Navy veteran, a man in a uniform. You know what? That's what happens when you're special. I come back to Crofton and they treat me like a king. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming. 1-1. Brian served a career in the Navy, retired a few years ago, but his wife is currently overseas and back at home in the Philippines, kind of taking care of their house and taking care of her mom and parents. And so Brian's going to be up here for a little while with his folks. And so he's going to be driving bus for Crofton this school year. Now, the runner does advance to second, stolen base. It gets past Knapp, but he's unable to advance any further than that. So the count is 1. They called it a strike. Okay, so it's 1-2 on the scoreboard. 2 out, runner on second in the form of Jalen Weisler. Clark gets called third strike. That's his second strikeout of the inning and the third out of the inning. So, no runs, no hits, or 1 hit. No, yeah, 1 hit.
Expos 2.
No errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 4.5, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 5th after these messages from our sponsors, including Larson Carpet and Pecos Repair.
Larson Carpet has the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Family owned and operated since 1972, Larson Carpet offers a huge variety of flooring options, both in stock and special order. When you want the job done right, come to Larson Carpet. Located at 208 Walnut Street in the Meridian District, Larson Carpet is your friendly, family-owned flooring specialist that is right for you.
Living in the Midwest, driving miles to work, our vehicle needs to be in the best running condition possible. And when you have problems like brakes or belts or alignment, you take it to Pecos Repair in Tabor. Justin and his ASE certified techs will take care of your vehicle, fix it right, and you'll be back on the road in no time. And you may as well get the air conditioning checked now, too. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Pecos Repair, 605-463-2354. To schedule an appointment, give them a call. Pecos Repair.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and 5-star streaming on YouTube with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher, leading off this inning for Crofton. is Tyler Cook, followed by Justin Potts and Austin Goebel. Who's on deck, you ask? It's Justin Potts. Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Here's the first pitch coming from Nolan Jansen. That is popped up, out of play, 0-1.
Security Bank of Hardington, Fordyce, and Wynot.
On the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard, it is Wynot 2, Crofton nothing. That pitch is low, 1-0.
One and one.
One ball, one strike, nobody out. Leadoff batter. That one's lifted into deep center field. And it's caught. It's caught at the fence. That looked so good. I was ready for my home run call. But all for naught. It's a long fly out. One up, one down. As Tyler Cook flies out to deep center field. Brings up Justin Potts. On deck is Austin Goebel. So Crofton, if you're looking at the dimensions of this park, it's 350 down the left and down the left field line, 330 down the right field line, 345 to straightaway center. Potts grounds that over to second. Hymas fields cleanly. Over to first for the second. Grounds that over to second. Hymas fields cleanly. Over to first for the second out of the inning. That's a 4-3 putout. Brings up the top of the order. And Austin Goebel.
And second baseman, Austin Goebel.
So Crofton's still looking for their first run, but they've only given up 2, so they are still in this game. Almost wonder, I can almost see Goebel just trying to get a bunt, but they're playing it to the bunt down the third base line. With Goebel's speed, you almost have to play bunt every time. Otherwise, he'd be able to smacks that down the left field line, but foul. You're too young, Kendall, but there's a player by the name of Brett Butler in the 80s. Played mainly for the Cleveland Indians. And he was this slap hitter, but would bunt for hits so many times. He had about a 290 to 300 average. So many of them were bunt singles because he had great speed, left-handed batter, just like Austin, and would drag a bunt and could get that momentum going down the first baseline. And that's in for a ball, 1-1. He was so fun to watch. That's outside, 2-1. And his bunt attempts were for a really good average, so your analytics people couldn't kill him too much nowadays if he were still doing it. So here's the 2-1 pitch coming from Jansen to Goebel with 2 down. That's lifted down the left field line. That could be trouble. And that is fair. Goebel rounds first. He's heading to second. And he will be in with a stand-up double for Austin Goebel. That speed paid off well there. That just landed fair. And that's a double for Goebel. That's the 5th hit of the game for Crofton. That brings up third baseman Jared Wiebelhaus. He singled back in the first and was out in the third. So with Goebel's speed, with Goebel's speed and a hit and 2 down, he'll go on any contact. A hit to the outfield would score a run. But that first pitch is a ball, 1-0.
We're thinking the same thing.
We are. Great minds think alike.
Uh-huh.
That ball's lifted high, foul, and out of play. 1-1. So great minds think alike. So we both agree that the Illuminati are running the world with high-powered elites owned by the Habsburgs, right, and the Rothschilds.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to get into geopolitics here. We're just going to talk Jared Wiebelhaus now, 1-2 on the count with 2 down and Austin Goebel on second. As Nolan Jansen comes set, comes home. Ooh, just high, 2-2. So kind of a deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, right. 2 out with a runner on base number 2. So, see, we can
add 2 runs for Wynot.
And 2 runs for Wynot. So we can deuces wild this one. So, all right, here's Nolan Jansen. Comes home. That's laced into deep right field, but right to the right fielder, Dylan Heine. Well played out there, well struck, but to the wrong location. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors with 1 run left. At the end of 5, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with more after these messages on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
Legion baseball is all about.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Crofton.
Crofton Legion baseball T-shirt as a small token of our appreciation.
So due to his dedication to the Crofton baseball program, Kendall Taney just got an autographed ball from the Crofton baseball program, an autographed shirt for his volunteering to do PA for the Crofton baseball, the Legion and Juniors program. Even sacrificed a trip to Australia with his family. So they were honoring Kendall at the end of the inning there. All right. I do believe they already threw it down, so I do apologize to Michael Gunther and Downtown Auto Service, as I had to cut your ad short. We'll try to pick it up here this next one, but I wanted to get Kendall on there. All right, so we head into the top of the 6th with Wynot leading 2-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. Leading off this inning for Wynot will be Jackson Sudbeck, followed by Peyton Weisler and Devin Lammers. Here's the first pitch from Clark to Sudbeck. That is ball 1, 1-0. So Sudbeck singled in the first for his only hit. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Count is 1-0. As Clark comes home, Sudbeck shows bunt but doesn't. That ball's outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Clark. That is, just catches the lower corner. That's 2-1 now. And again, it's Jackson Sudbeck with Peyton Weisler on deck. If you were wondering, Peyton Weisler's on deck, brought to you by Chris Haygrinding in Tyndall. And then he'll be followed by Devin Lammers. 2-1 pitch coming up. That's swung on, just fouled off, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out here in the top half of the 6th inning with Wynot leading 2-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. Time is called as the lights are on in right center field. As the pickup will back out and leave. You don't get lights on in the outfield in the major leagues, do you?
No.
No, too bad. It's a fun part of the atmosphere. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is outside. 3-2, full count on Jackson Sudbeck. We got Dylan Goebel here. Dylan, how you doing? Doing great. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's grounded over to Kaiser. Kaiser scoops it up, throws over to Cook for a 6-3 putout. And again, just slick fielding that other shortstops might have problems with that, but Kaiser, you always just kind of know it's going to be taken care of. So 6-3 for the first out. Brings up Peyton Weisler. He's 0 for 2 on the night. On deck is Devin Lammers. You're just letting your pretzel sit there, man.
I was waiting for it to cool off.
Oh, but when it's hot and gooey, that's when it's best, man. But I get what you're saying. That first pitch is inside, 1-0. Pretzel with some cheese. Those are hard to beat, man. All right, that's low and inside, 2-0. Is that your favorite thing to get then here is a pretzel?
Yeah.
All right. See, I'm not sure what I'm getting. It's called a frog dog tomorrow, Dylan told me to get at Menno. And then on Sunday, Jackson Fegan said I'm supposed to set room aside for Chislik. So,
always a good Chislik.
Chislik is amazing. So, every place has their thing. And Irene has some good Chislik as well. So, swing and a miss, 2-1. But I love, because even if all you do is buy a soda or buy a hot dog for $3, it's going to a good cause. Because okay, you pay for the product, and then it's going to upkeep and uniforms and ball programs. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Peyton Weisler. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, as Clark is kind of hitting a groove here. 3 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. Brings up designated hitter Devin Lammers with left fielder Nate Weisler on deck. I've been doing a lot of interviews with players past and present, but I tell you, there's something special about amateur baseball, and I hope other people feel it too. I don't think it's just me. Here's the first pitch to Lammers. Swung on and missed, 0-1. I think we have, that's Bill Gunther behind us, isn't it? Back into the left. I need to get him interviewed. Second row?
Yep.
That's Bill, yeah. All right, so Bill needs to get interviewed. He was really good, too. Now, Bill's dad, Brian's dad, Chad's dad, Donnie, was my first boss when I was a custodian for Crofton High School at the new high school that's now 30 years old. But he was my first boss, best boss. So I always have an affinity for Donnie there. Every time I see him, saw him at church a couple of Sundays ago. 2 balls, 1 strike to Devin Lammers. That's just outside, 3-1. So again, if you're tuned in on 5-Star Streaming or you're just listening on the radio, if you have a special shout-out for anyone, text me or put something into the chat. We'll give them a shout-out, a happy birthday, happy anniversary. Why aren't you returning my phone calls? I'll pretty much say whatever. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Devin Lammers. Fouled straight back. It's a full count. If you want to declare your love for somebody via me, it might be weird, but I'll do it. I'll even do it in a sultry voice. Hey, baby. All right, full count, 2 down, nobody on to Devin Lammers here in the top of the 6th. 2-0 lead for Wynot. We have a really good game. That ball's lifted, foul, but it's just going to be out of play, hitting the top of the press box as the kids now make the scramble for it. And after that rough start, it's been a pitcher's duel, but there have been base runners on it. It's kind of that perfect blend of offense without scoring. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's been a really fun game. We're about an hour and a half in the 6th inning, and that will be ball 4. So Lammers works a walk. So with 2 down, runner now on first, brings up left fielder Nate Weisler. Nate walked in the 4th and flew out in the 2nd.
Expos, the left fielder Nate Weisler.
So if anybody belongs to if you're from Crofton, you know it. If you're from Crofton, whatever Facebook group, they shared a video from 1991. It was an old-timers game. And, it was an all-dirt infield. I would love it if somebody could tell me some of the people. Because, it's 1991. I wasn't necessarily paying that much attention then. And so it'd be so fun to hear some of those names. And I'm sure some have passed on. That one's hit into right center field. Schieffer, angling over. Oh, cannot make the catch. He lays out for it, but couldn't quite make it. But, boy, that was a valiant effort by Colton to even reach that ball. So that is a single. So now runners at first and third, And that is the 6th hit of the game for Wynot, and that'll bring up right fielder Dylan Heine. Heine singled his last time up, struck out back in the 2nd. So runners at 1st and 3rd, and all right, we're going to have a pitching change. So is this Zach Hagee coming in? I believe it is. Zach Hagee coming in by the pitching change. We'll be back with more. The Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard shows Wynot 2, Crofton nothing here in the top of the 6th with 2 down. We'll be right back.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provides, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust understands what it takes to be a part of the community. It's not just about transactions, it's about relationships. Whether you're buying your first home, growing your business, or planning for the future, their team is here to help every step of the way. Elkhorn Valley Bank uses local decision-making, personalized service, and modern banking tools like online banking and a teller on demand to make managing money simple and easy.
All right, so warm-up pitches are done on the Mama J's Bar and Cafe. Pitching change, as there's the first pitch strike to Dylan Heine. Nate Weisler heads down to 2nd, so runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 down, and that is a ball, 1-1. Kendall gave me a little hunk of that pretzel. Even after it cooled, that thing is still buttery soft. So if you come to a Crofton game, get a pretzel. That's lifted foul. Makes it count 1-2. And pretzels are just good baseball food. Hot dogs are good, too.
Yeah.
What I have learned is that's grounded foul. On Instagram, there's a whole wiener culture, like hot dog culture. So my friend Amanda and I, we share a lot of hot dog memes back and forth. So it makes me kind of hungry for a hot dog every time I come to. And Lesterville gives you sauteed onions on there, too. Oh, man, if you want them. So here's the 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's low, 2-2. And I know people are out there, man, is that all he does is eat? I set aside calories. I set aside my macros. I plan what is a hot dog with the bun with ketchup and mustard and a little relish. I plan it into my day. So I'm not just going around willy-nilly taking calories everywhere. I know what I'm doing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. And that is strike 3. Called strike 3. So Zach Hagee comes in, gets Dylan Heine looking. No runs. 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 5.5, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 6th after these messages.
There's something new waiting for you at the Crofton Lakeview Golf Course. Come experience a brand new clubhouse where great rounds meet great company. Enjoy the stunning new view while relaxing with friends on the covered patio. Whether you're finishing 9 holes or just stopping by, Lakeview's new clubhouse is a perfect place to unwind. Lakeview Golf Course, come for the game, stay for the experience. Make every visit unforgettable at the new Lakeview Clubhouse. Experience a summer of golf while overlooking the views of the Lewis and Clark Lake. See you there.
So it's a first name
Joe Substation in Lesterville says go Bronx. And so should you. Go to Joe Substation when you are hungry. They serve that amazing Alaskan pollock and delicious roasted chicken. Lunch specials are served Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 1. And on Wednesday, it's the all-you-can-eat roasted chicken and fish buffet served from 5 to 8 p.m. Weekends, the kitchen is open from 5 p. to 9. So when you're out and about, hungry and need some nourishment or a cold beverage, Joe's Substation is the place. 4 miles south of Lesterville. Go Bronx.
James Steel is a general contractor specializing in steel buildings for more than 45 years. James Steel has been building a strong industry, providing pre-engineered Varco-prudent buildings across South Dakota, Northwest Iowa, and Northeast Nebraska. From agriculture and commercial projects to fire halls, community centers, aviation, and storage buildings. As a leader in the steel building industry, James Steel of Yankton can offer customers more building at better prices. Call 605-689-7321 for your free estimate and start building with strength, quality, and experience you can trust.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball from Crofton. I'm Michael Schumacher with Kendall Taney as we enter the bottom half of the sixth inning. Leading off for Crofton will be James Kaiser. Fouls that first pitch off, so count is 0-1. He'll be followed by Seth Wiebelhaus and Zach Clark. So if you're asking yourself, what do you think somebody's asking? Who's on deck, right, Kendall?
Yep.
And who's on deck? It's Seth Wiebelhaus, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. So here's the 0-1 pitch coming to James Kaiser. That's fouled back, out of play, 0-2. So Kaiser singled in the first and struck out in the third. Love to get a leadoff hit here. Crofton still looking for that first run. Wynot's only out hitting them by 1, but they were able to put together enough in that first inning. That's fouled back and out of play. Hits the trees back here. Count remains 0-2. So Kaiser steps back into the batter's box. Jansen, he's gone the distance. Looking in. Comes set. That is just out of the zone. 1-2. Wasn't out of the zone by much, but the umpire deemed it out of the zone, and that's what matters. As Jensen looks in. That pitch is fouled off. He's making these kids rich. He's making them rich, I tell you. So Joe Van Gore is the PA guy here in Crofton. I did talk with his sister, Lisa, who was last year inducted into the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame. She entered in a class with some pro football members. She got into the Hall of Fame for Colorado before Cordell Stewart, before Fat Lever, and that is lifted high into left center field. Gliding on over is Jackson Sudbeck and making the catch for the first out of the inning. So Lisa Van Gore will be a guest on my show this week. Also talked with Todd Poling, who is a Hall of Famer for USD, Henry Hyder Hall of Famer. So that's all coming up on At the Mic. And if you're not familiar, At the Mic every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We talk with high school athletes, college athletes, newsmakers, amateur baseball players. 7 to 9 on Fox Sports Radio. So that brings up Seth Wiebelhaus. Wiebelhaus has reached on the fielder's choice and flown out to left field. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. These kids are so loud. They're not supposed to have fun. They're just supposed to be seen, not heard, right, Kendall?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, tell them to be quiet, right?
Yeah.
That was fouled off, out of play. Now, I got to tell you, that's part of the love of this amateur baseball. I've talked with a ton of players, and that's what's amazing about it, are the generations that are here. From 3 to 103, basically. You'll get generations, and that's what's fun too when you have generations out on the field. You know, you have 18-year-olds and 38-year-olds, 42-year-olds. It's just a beautiful atmosphere and a beautiful game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Weebelhaus lost his bat down the third baseline. So that's a strikeout for Jansen, second out of the inning. That's the third strikeout for Jansen. So that brings up right fielder Zach Clark. On deck is Zach Heggie. So Zach Heggie is on deck. First pitch is high. So do they call this part of the lineup the Zach attack?
Yeah.
Come on, that's comedy gold. Somebody out there's laughing. Somebody out there's laughing. 1 ball, no strikes to Zach Clark. Oh, that's in for a strike. 1-1. Just a reminder, there are fireworks afterwards tonight. So that it'll be fun. They'll get this place dark in a hurry. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's grounded over to short. Fielded, but bobbled and not in time as Zach Clark is able to beat it down the first base line. I think we probably have to call that an error because that was close enough that if Weisler had fielded it cleanly, it would have been an out.
Number 17, Zach Heggie.
So Zach Heggie will step up after Clark reaches on an error on the shortstop. Heggie, this will be his first at-bat. Colton Schieffer was 0 for 2, but one of those was a deep fly ball. And the other was a hit deep to short that he almost beat out over to first. First pitch to Heggie is a strike, 0-1. So here's the 0-1 pitch coming. That's low. Here's the throw down to second, and that's going to be in time to get Clark on the stolen base attempt. So Zach Heggie will be up in the bottom half of the seventh. No runs, no hits, 1 error, nobody left. At the end of 6, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the 7th inning after these messages.
At Central Farmers Cooperative, they know your operation depends on more than just hard work. It depends on the right partner. From agronomy solutions that boost your yields to reliable seed varieties and the chemicals that help protect every acre. Central Farmers Cooperative is there to support you every step of the way. Local people, local expertise, real results. Central Farmers Cooperative cheering on the surrounding areas in all aspects. Central Farmers Cooperative, growing strong together.
Friendly place to have a drink with friends and family. Darts, pool, big screen TV, nice, friendly, hospitable staff, great decor for family and community gatherings. How about 5 stars? Tremendous place for local people to meet. These are just a few of the comments about the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Have you been there yet? If not, sounds like you should head to the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Music, cold beverages, and your favorite drink mixed just right. The Corner Nugget is a proud sponsor of the Lesterville Bronx. Stop in and catch a game on the big screen.
Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming. Leading off here in the 7th inning, it's the top of the order with Landon Weisler, Lee Hymas, and Jalen Weisler. Who's on deck? Well, that's Lee Hymas, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. First pitch from Zach Heggie is laced over to second, fielded cleanly by Goebel. Tosses it to first, and Tyler Cook for the first out of the inning. Some good defense tonight by Crofton. So 1 up, 1 down. That brings up Lee Hymas. Hymas walked, flew out to right field, and hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Definitely the defense is keeping Crofton in it.
It really is.
Pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Lee Hyman.
That ball's chopped down to Cook at first. Fields it, bobbles it for a second, but does field it cleanly and gets Lee on a unassisted putout. Brings up catcher Jalen Weisler. Weisler singled back in the 5th. Reached on a fielder's choice. He has been aboard every at-bat. On deck is third baseman Jesse Lundahl. Again, tomorrow afternoon, starting at 3:30, 3:45, 3:50, Parker Orr will be on the call from Yankton's Riverside Park, Bob Tereshinski Field. That pitch is high, 2-0, as the first annual, hopefully annual, Firecracker Classic will take place from 4 until 6. That'll be here on Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming. And then pretty much immediately after that, we will have Freeman at Menno from the Lily Pad. So I'll be on the call for that one here on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio. Should be fun, and we hope you'll be interested, have a good time just enjoying some baseball. That ball's grounded right back to Zach Heggie, over to Tyler Cook, and that's a 1, 2, 3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 7th after these messages.
At Menno State Bank, our team is dedicated to the traditions of service. We offer a wide array of products to accommodate all your financial needs, including checking and savings accounts, CDs, loans, IRAs, debit cards, credit cards, a 24-hour ATM, and online banking. Be sure to inquire about our competitive rates. Menno State Bank, member FDIC, proud to serve the Menno community and surrounding areas.
If I ever get back!
High Street Insurance and Financial in Crofton has what you need for all your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, farm, crop, commercial, life, or health, they have the right products and the right service you're looking for all your insurance needs. Call High Street Insurance in Crofton at 402-388-4772 or stop in at 1201 West 2nd Street in Crofton. A proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Why not, fans? Certainly.
Greg Davis Excavation is the one to call when you're looking for reliable and dependable excavation and demolition work done the right way, from tree removal to full-scale demolition. Greg Davis Excavation has the experience and the equipment to handle it all. Curb, gutter work, sewer lines, drain tile, basement and garage floors, no problem. They have you covered with dependable and fast service you can trust. Residential or commercial, no job is too big. Greg Davis Excavation, a supporter of all Irene sports.
Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming on YouTube with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher. We head into the bottom half of the 7th with Wynot leading Crofton on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard 2-0. Leading off this inning for Crofton will be Zach Hagee, Andy Knapp, and Tyler Cook. Who's on deck? Well, that's Andy Knapp, the catcher. He's on deck, brought to you by Chris Haygrinding in Tyndall. Nolan Jansen still pitching for Wynot as that's lifted into right field. And camping underneath and making the catch is Dylan Heine. Nolan Jansen proving formidable for Crofton tonight. Brings up Andy Knapp with Tyler Cook on deck. Crofton only a smattering of hits. I don't even know if we've had a walk. I think we've had either hits or an error, but really not able to get anything going here. And so Andy Knapp calls time. So Jansen winds and delivers. That's lifted high into shallow right field. And Heine misplays it. So Heine couldn't see it. You don't call errors on that because it didn't hit his glove. So technically a hit. And Mitchell Steffen will come in to courtesy run for the catcher. So
first for Crofton, and I might have got him wrong the first time. Number 16, Mitchell Steffen.
So that's a single for Knapp, and Mitchell Steffen will be on first. And first baseman Tyler Cook will come up to bat. On deck is left fielder Justin Potts. That pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Steffen's going to advance to second.
For Crofton, the first baseman, Tyler Cook.
So ball one, counts 1-0. Now a runner at second in scoring position. Man, you just feel like if Crofton could get one run across, all of a sudden that could be a swing in momentum here. If they could get two across, that's really momentum. If they could get 8 across, you'd feel like they'd got something going at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the 1-0 count, 1-0 pitch. That's in for a strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. Here's the pitch from Jansen. Swing and a miss by Tyler Cook, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner on second. That's high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crofton just looking to get something going. They've had a couple of opportunities. They've had a runner as far as third a couple of times, just not able to get anything across. We'll see if they can do something here. Here's Jansen's pitch. That is low. Full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up.
Be very important here.
So here's the payoff pitch. Jansen comes set. Crofton really looking to get something going. Here's the pitch. That is outside. Runners at first and second now. So
First
Cook
second with one
draws
down.
a walk. And you have to wonder if Jansen's starting to fade a little bit. And there's going to be a meeting at the mound. So I'm expecting a pitching change. We'll take a quick break. And we'll just call this a Mama J's Bar and Cafe pitching change or discussion on Fox Sports Radio.
Since 1958, Tabor Lumber Co-op, located in Tabor and Lesterville, has been your trusted partner in agricultural service and supply. At our Tabor location, you will find the Cenex Fuel Island, open 24/7, accepting both credit and debit cards and offering Roadmaster premium diesel fuel and several options of blended ethanol gas. Inside the store, we've got you covered with hardware and paint supplies, plus top quality windows, doors, and siding. This is more than just a co-op. This is Tabor Lumber Co-op. Stop by today. We are here to help you grow.
Byerly Insurance would like to welcome new customers offering no obligation quotes. They will gladly travel to you with their mobile insurance service, doing business in Yankton, Lesterville, Menno, and surrounding areas of the South Central League. Give Rita Byerly or Brody Byerly a call at 605-387-5999 or go to ByerlyINS.com. When it comes to insurance for autos, home, farm, liability,
So Jansen stays out there. That brings up Justin Potts with runners on first and second, 1 down after that lengthy discussion. That pitch is lifted high but foul and out of play. 0-1. That sounded like a car got it. Really a good crowd. What are you estimating here tonight? I mean, I'm saying a few hundred at least.
At least.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people in the right field and the left field areas too. I'd say 400 or 500 here tonight. That ball is laced over to first, fielded cleanly. They go to second, get that runner, but runners at first and third now with 2 down. So Crofton's been in this situation before. Runners at first and third, 2 down, as Potts reaches on a fielder's choice.
Brings up number
Brings
3,
up Austin Goebel. So Goebel has grounded back to the pitcher, singled and walked. And so, yeah, Crofton with a chance to get a run across. But, yeah, a lot of people down the right and left field line. So I'd say 400 or 500 here tonight. It's a beautiful thing. You got to love that. All right, so Jansen trying to get out of this inning. I would fully expect maybe a pitching change at the inning. I wouldn't be surprised, at least. There's a throw over to first. And Justin Potts is back in time. That pitch is low, 2-0. There's another throw over to first. That's hit over to short, fielded cleanly. Throw over to first. Wow, just in time to get the speedy Goebel for a 6-3 putout. So in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. After 7, it's Wynot 2, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the top of the 8th after these messages from our sponsors.
Everyone wants a bank that cares about them to be more than just an account with a balance. Cedar Security Bank is committed to getting to know their customers and answering all their financial questions with honest answers about their money and investments. Cedar Security Bank has locations in Fordyce, Hardington, and Wynot with convenient 24-hour ATMs in all 3 locations. Stop in and visit Cedar Security Bank when you have questions about your accounts. Cedar Security Bank, member FDIC.
The Keg and Tabor is a great place to enjoy some food or a cold one. The grill is on at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Order yourself some appetizers, steak tips, a burger, or some fries or tots. Order up a cold one to go with your meal. Lunch specials are served Monday through Friday. Looking for a place to host a party? Check out the beer garden at the Keg. On the way to the game, make sure you stop by the Keg and Tabor to pick up your cold beverages and munchies. Mike and Anita are proud sponsors of Tabor Bluebirds and all South Central League baseball teams.
Leading off for Wynot in the top of the 8th inning, the third baseman, Jesse Lundahl.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball from Crofton with Kendall Taney. I'm Michael Schumacher. Leading off for Wynot will be Jesse Lundahl. He swings and misses for strike 1. So it's going to be Jesse Lundahl, Jackson Sudbeck, and Peyton Weisler. Who's on deck? Well, that is Jackson Sudbeck, brought to you by Chris Haygrinding in Tyndall. Zach Higgy entering his 3rd inning of relief. That's ball 1, 1-1.
They were asking to give me the ball. Yeah, not tonight.
No.
I usually take it, yes.
Yeah.
But not tonight.
All right. So 2-1 is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. That pitch is hit into a bloop. Tyler Cook goes over and makes the catch in foul territory for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down on that pop out to Tyler Cook. Brings up center fielder Jackson Sudbeck with first baseman Peyton Weisler on deck. First pitch is low, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Chopped foul, 1-1. So now you're done doing PA for the season? Or are there any games left?
Depending on Actually, I have one on Monday.
Oh, yeah?
14U.
Okay.
Here.
All
at
right.
home. Oh.
Because, it seems early for the season to be done. That's in for a strike, 1-2.
And then Friday starts junior area tournament.
Okay.
Already.
Okay. That's chopped foul. Count remains 1-2. Where will that be held?
Don't know yet, to be determined yet on how everybody. We still have one more Randolph Bishop League for the championship game yet. Hardington and Wayne played tonight in Hardington.
Okay. All right.
Juniors and seniors, they both played.
Okay.
Wayne, depending on who won those games, would play in Arlington.
Okay.
For the championship of the Randolph Bishop League.
Okay. Another foul ball, 1-2. That one's popped up and out of play. Count remains 1-2. Here in the top of the 8th. So Jackson Sudbeck battling here. Peyton Weisler on deck. Swing and a miss, but that pitch gets away from Knapp, so Sudbeck will be aboard after the strikeout, but the passed ball. So with one down and a runner on first, that brings up Peyton Weisler.
For Wynot, the first baseman, Peyton Weisler.
Weisler reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, grounded out in the 4th, and struck out in the 6th. That ball's fouled off, 0-1. So at the 0-1 count, Sudbeck gets a lead. He takes off for second. Here's the throw from Knapp. Not in time. 0-2. 0-2 with a runner on second now. With one down, so a runner in scoring position. That pitch is chopped up the middle, fielded by Kaiser. Over to first for the second out of the inning. On the sacrifice, Sudbeck does go over to third. So scoring another run is potential, just 90 feet away. So that's a sacrifice. Brings up Devin Lammers, who has struck out, grounded out, and walked on the night. He's 0 for 2.
Just
fouled off 0 for 1. So you're getting a few people starting to check in for fireworks. I don't know that they're baseball people, but they're now here for fireworks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. That is in for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two down with Jackson Sudbeck 90 feet away. More like 80 feet as he gets a lead. That's fouled straight back. Count remains 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is low. Full count, 3-2. That is ball 4. So runners at first and third now as Lammers is aboard. That brings up left fielder Nate Weisler. Weisler has flown out to center, walked, and grounded out to second, so he's 0 for 2 tonight. As Knapp comes in, goes to the mound to talk to Zach Hagee. Might be one of those times you play for a bunt just because it's not a force, so that runner at third can kind of play it a little close to the vest. So first and third, 2 down. That ball is fouled off. That hit the car next to the station's truck, so yeah, 0-1. And it didn't sound friendly, did it? It sounded scrapey or hitty. I don't know. Those are real actual terms. That's laced right up the middle and under the glove of Austin Goebel into center field, and that will score the 3rd run of the game for Wynot on their 7th hit. On their 8th hit, sorry. And that is 3-0 Wynot on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. Runners at first and second, and that will bring up right fielder Dylan Heine.
For Wynot, the right fielder Dylan Heine.
So Hagee winds and delivers. That's a little high, 1-0. All right, so what 2 Major League Baseball Hall of Famers have played in Crofton? That is a ball 2, 2-0. Now the one's low-hanging fruit. You got to know that one, right? Bob Gibson? All right.
Throwback, just not in time.
The other one, he was born in Sioux City, played second base. He was early era baseball. Not ringing a bell? That's in for a strike. 2-1. Dave Bancroft. Dave Bancroft. Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, played in Crofton, but born in Sioux City. So here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. All right. Deuce is wild. 2 balls. 2 strikes. 2 on. 2 out. What did you go here? Ephus pitch? There's a throw over to second. Now, do you know what the Ephus pitch is?
Down.
No, that's the when you're basically lofting it in like a slow pitch softball. That's my kind of pitch. Fouled straight back. So Hagee tosses over to second. Ooh, not in time, but close. He has a really good.
Very close.
He has a really good spin move to second, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So 3-0. Wynot has plated a run this inning. That is high, and Knapp can't handle it. Runners advance, 3-2. So now runners at second and third, full count. Danger of walking the bases full and bringing up Landon Weisler, who's been hot tonight. 2 for 4 on the evening. Ball's chopped down the third base line. Wiebelhaus fields it cleanly, throws over to first. And they're going to say not in time. Another run scores. So runners now at first and third, and that's now a 4-0 lead for Wynot on their 9th hit of the game. Wow, that was close over at first, though. Wiebelhaus made a beautiful play at third, but Heine just a little bit too much speed. Brings up shortstop Landon Weisler, who is 2 for 4, with 2 singles on the evening. On deck is second baseman Lee Hymas. Throw over to first. Not in time. Nobody tries the hidden ball trick anymore, do they? That's too bad. It was always fun. Swing and miss. Strike one. 0-1. That ball's slow chopped over to Kaiser.
Not in time.
Not in time. And Kaiser didn't field it cleanly, but I don't think it would have mattered. Weisler has so much speed. So now, man, runners at first and second, still 2 down. All of this damage has been done with 2 down. That's the 5th run of the game. It's now 5-0 in favor of Wynot. That brings up Lee Hymas. So runner at first, runner at second. 2 down for Hymas. Hymas is 0 for 3 with a walk. And that pitch is high, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. Chopped foul, 1-2. So we're here in the top of the 8th inning. Wynot, after being held scoreless for the 6 consecutive innings after scoring those first 2, has plated 3 runs to take a 5-0 lead, and that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. But in the inning, Wynot scores 3 runs on 2. On 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. At the end of 7.5, it's Wynot 5, Crofton 0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be right back.
TLC Propane of Yankton, Lesterville, and Tabor wants you to know that they're proud of their high level of customer service and that they are locally owned. Building a new home or business? Give Trevor a call today for quotes on tank sizes or with any of your propane questions. TLC Propane can refill or exchange your camper, grill, and fire pit propane bottles. TLC Propane Yankton is now located at 2208 Whiting Drive. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
989.
At Sioux International of Freeman, South Dakota, they pride themselves on delivering equipment solutions to every sort of farming operation. The company continues to exude a tradition of excellent customer service and employ a large staff of knowledgeable technicians. Get the scoop on the latest deals and what's new, whether it's ag equipment, acreage equipment, lawn and garden, or equipment attachments. It's what they do at your Sioux International dealer in Freeman, South Dakota, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
989.
Oh, welcome back to South Central League Baseball in Crofton, where Wynot leads Crofton after a 3-run 8th inning, 5-0. Leading off here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it is third baseman Jared Wiebelhaus. He'll be followed by James Kaiser and Seth Wiebelhaus. Crofton looking to get something going. they've had base runners. They've been having people. They just can't get anything across. And it is still Nolan Jansen. Swing and a miss by Jared Wiebelhaus, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike to Jared Wiebelhaus. Jansen winds and delivers. 1-1. So Wiebelhaus did have a single in the first, and he's 1 for 3 tonight. Another swing and a miss, 1-2. So Jansen, he's gone the distance for this Wynot Expos team. That is outside, 2-2. He's had a couple of innings where he's had some struggles, but nothing where Crofton can get anybody plated. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 8th. That ball's fouled off, out of play. Count remains 2-2.
Dollar coin foul ball, courtesy of Cedar Security Bank, Hardington, Fordyce, and Wynot.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 8th. Crofton needing to get something going, trailing 5-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. And that is outside, full count. So payoff pitch coming up. So 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, man. Nice job there. Strikeout for Jansen. Had Wiebelhaus fooled on that last one. And all 3 strikes were swings and misses. That brings up shortstop James Kaiser. Kaiser had a single in the first, struck out in the third, and flew out to center field in the 6th. Playing some great defense out there tonight. That ball's fouled back. That's 0-1 as that landed just a few feet away from us.
We have a 50-50 winner. $500 to Aston Arns. Again, Aston Arns, $500 winner in 50-50. The Crofton Baseball Association thanks you for your support.
So count is 0-1 as Kaiser fouls that off. Kendall tried to push me to get me to go catch that ball, but I was like, no, I'm not. He was being mean about it. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming from Jansen to Kaiser. That's fouled back. 0-2. Oh, somebody, they got the foul ball. They got the foul ball and tossed it in. But I feel like you guys should get $1. They just opened the gate and tossed it in, but they didn't get their $1. So here's the 0-2 pitch to Kaiser. That's fouled off. But that keeps the count 0-2. The Castlewood Ravens defeated the Elkton Snappers in amateur baseball tonight, 5-3. That ball's lifted into deep first base, caught for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Seth Wiebelhaus. Now, it was announced just the other day that Craig Mock will be entering the South Dakota Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame. Mock played for Mount Marty, and then he played amateur baseball for Tabor and for Scotland, as well as a number of other teams throughout the amateur baseball throughout South Dakota. But played 18 years between Tabor and Scotland in South Central League baseball. So congratulations to Craig Mock. That's laced into left field. That's going to drop, and that'll be a single for Seth Wiebelhaus. That's his first hit of the game. So the speedy Seth Wiebelhaus on first, and that'll bring up right fielder Zach Clark.
The Bluejays, the right fielder Zach Clark.
So that's Crofton's 7th hit. They're only out hit 10-7 tonight. They just haven't been able to get anything going where they've been able to put them together. So we'll see if Clark can get something going, because even if you don't get all 5 runs, if you can get a couple of runs back here and go into the 9th only down a few, that would be huge. So here's Nolan Jansen. In for a strike.
Right down Broadway.
That it was. Clark is 1 for 3 with a double tonight. Also reached on an error. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's lifted into center field. Deep center field. Going back, but camping underneath. And that is the story of the night for Crofton. Getting it to the warning track. A few of them where we had that opportunity and they just couldn't come across. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 8, it's Crofton 0, Wynot 5. On the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back with the 9th inning after these messages on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio.
Parker Hannafin in Yankton has proudly produced filters in their communities for 40 years. With a mission to protect their customers' engines and equipment from first to last use, you know you can trust Parker Hannafin. They have superb product quality, an extensive distribution network, and the industry's broadest product line. All of this in 40 years of doing what they're good at. That's Parker Hannafin in Yankton. Check out their website to see their wide variety of products and how they can help you. Parker Hannafin in Yankton is a proud supporter of all South Central League athletes.
Tell me what to do.
Minnow Beer Garden, where the game's always on, the drinks are cold, and the wings and pizzas are delicious. There's Chislic and burgers too. Gather your crew for a night of darts, pool, or casino fun. Or soak up the sun on the spacious outdoor area. Whether you're cheering on your favorite team or just looking for a laid-back hangout, Minnow Beer Garden is your destination. You won't go hungry or thirsty when you hang at the legendary beer garden in Minnow.
Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska is proud to serve the northeast Nebraska and surrounding tri-state area of Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa. When you need feed for your livestock, they haul dry or liquid right to your farm. When you need fertilizer, they also haul dry or liquid. Why not give Jones Feed and Grain Trucking a call to save you time and money with your feed or fertilizer needs? That's Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska, serving the tri-state area.
Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming here in the top of the 9th. Leading off for Wynot as they lead 5-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. It's Jalen Weisler, then Jesse Lundahl, and Jackson Sudbeck. You may be asking yourself, who's on deck? Well, it's Jesse Lundahl, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. It's a little humid tonight. You can feel it in the paper. That ball is grounded over to second, fielded cleanly by Austin Goebel, tossed over to Tyler Cook. for a 4-3 put up. But yeah, you can just feel that paper. You can tell it's just
yeah.
moist. I don't like the word moist, but this is moist. So 1 up, 1 down as Jalen Weisler grounds out. Jesse Lundahl steps up. That ball's fouled straight back, 0-1.
Just about right at us.
Just about right at us. Glad the fence is here.
Uh-huh.
Ball's fouled back, 0-2. On deck is Jackson Sudbeck. As I mentioned, Jackson was a guest on my show earlier this week. That is low and inside, 1-2. Ball's fouled straight back into the netting. One and 2 remains the count. And that ball's in the dirt, 2-2. So do you have any big plans for the 4th tomorrow?
I am actually going to my friend's cabin. And then tomorrow morning at 10, I'll be playing in a cornhole tournament in St. Helena.
Oh, nice. You're going to the St. Helena. They have a whole thing going on tomorrow.
Do. Yeah.
I know my friend Amanda's going to that. Should be fun. I think there's like a banquet. I think there's fireworks. There's the cornhole tournament. There's all of that. So there's a strikeout by Lundahl.
Sand volleyball.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool. I have baseball tomorrow night, so I think I'm going to Pickstown during the day, though. First pitch is a strike to Jackson Sudbeck.
We'll play cornhole in that tournament, and then we make our way down to the cabin and play more cornhole.
Nice. So where's the cabin?
Down by the Green Diamond, and then down that way toward Wynot.
Okay, nice.
In that area.
All right, just out of the zone, 2-1. Yeah, no, that sounds fun. Yeah, hopefully going to make it to Pickstown for their, I have an interview tomorrow morning, and then hopefully make it to Pickstown for their parade and maybe go through the museum there. If you haven't been to the Pickstown Museum, I definitely encourage it. Completely volunteer run. They had a beautiful program a few weeks ago where they hosted History Day, exploring South Pickstown. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's ball 3. And so if you ever have a chance to get to Pickstown and get to the Pickstown Museum, definitely encourage you to do so. That's my goal for tomorrow, and then I will be back, and I'll be in Menno tomorrow night. So full count. Here's the 3-2 pitch. 2 down. That ball's lifted into right field, deep right field. Gliding over is Zach Clark and misplays it, and that is fair. So that will be an error on Crofton, a 2-base error, as Clark misplayed that one. And so that error will put a runner on second, and that'll bring up Peyton Weisler.
For the Expos, the first baseman, Peyton Weisler.
Weisler is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice tonight. First pitch from Heggie is a little high, 1-0. So Crofton hoping to be able to get something going here in the bottom half, but you don't want to let anything else across this inning. Ball's lifted high, foul, back, and just out of play. So Heggie heads back out to the mound as Peyton Weisler steps in, now 1-1 with a runner on second and 2 down here in the top of the ninth. That ball's lifted foul. Will that stay in play? No. Pretty much to the same spot, just a difference of a few feet. Makes the count 1 and 2.
That's right, fans. Make sure you give it to a kid.
What if I want the dollar? Joe can't tell me that I have to give it to a kid. He's not the boss of me. I probably would, but, you know. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch from Zach Heggie. That is low. Bounces back to the backstop. Evens the count at 2 and 2 with a runner at third. As Sudbeck makes it around to third base. As Weisler now has an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with 1 on. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. At the end of 8.5, it's Wynot 5, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages.
Larson Carpet has the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Family owned and operated since 1972, Larson Carpet offers a huge variety of flooring options, both in stock and special order. When you want the job done right, come to Larson Carpet. Located at 208 Walnut Street in the Meridian District, Larson Carpet is your friendly, family-owned flooring specialist that is right for you.
Again, the Bluejays sponsor.
Living in the Midwest, driving miles to work, you know, our vehicle needs to be in the best running condition possible. And when you have problems like brakes or belts or alignment, you take it to Pecos Repair in Tabor. Justin and his ASE certified techs will take care of your vehicle, fix it right, and you'll be back on the road in no time. And you may as well get the air conditioning checked now, too. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Pecos Repair, 605-463-2354. To schedule an appointment, give them a call. Pecos Repair.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman, South Dakota has a large inventory of steel for buildings and fabrication needs. They stock square and rectangular tube, pipe, angles, channels, and rounds. Rural Manufacturing also stocks shapes in stainless steel. Their sheet metal stock consists of hot-rolled steel, stainless steel, and galvanized steel. Concrete rebar is also in stock in sizes 3/8 to 3/4 in 20-foot lengths. Call Rural Manufacturing in Freeman for pricing or info on fabrication services available.
Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio and 5-Star Streaming. Leading off the bottom of the ninth for Crofton will be Mitchell Steffen, followed by Andy Knapp and Tyler Cook. Who's on deck? Well, that is Andy Knapp, brought to you by Chris Haygrinding in Tyndall. First pitch to Mitchell Steffen, coming from Nolan Jansen, is in for a strike, 0-1. Jansen has gone the distance tonight for Wynot. Man, if you're Wynot, you got to love seeing that because he's been really good. Bend but don't break tonight, and that bodes well for postseason play if he can continue that. Swing and a miss by Mitch Steffen, 0-2. Now the umpire's going out to talk to Jansen, I think, given the catcher a chance to, I think that jammed his hand just a little bit. So here's the 0-2 pitch from Jansen to Steffen. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout, 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the ninth as Crofton tries to get back into it.
The catcher, Andy Knapp.
Brings up Andy Knapp with Tyler Cook on deck. Pitch is lifted high, foul, and out of play, 0-1.
One more time, a dollar coin foul ball, courtesy of Cedar Security Bank, Hartington, Fordyce, and Wynot.
Cedar Security Bank sponsoring the foul balls tonight. Cedar Security Bank is also a sponsor on this broadcast, a regular advertiser for South Central League Baseball. That pitch is out of the zone, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the ninth, Crofton trailing 5-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. That is low, 2-1. So with Nolan Jansen going the distance, there were no Mama J's Bar and Cafe pitching changes for Wynot. So I thought I'd just toss in another mention of them. We want to thank all of our sponsors. That pitch is low and outside, 3-1. So if you can load the bases, get a home run, that brings you within 1, and then you just need another home run after that. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here's Nolan Jansen's pitch. Fouled off. Full count, 3-2. Does sound like our Minnesota Lynx that we love to broadcast here on Fox Sports lost to the New York Liberty tonight. So I'll have to learn more about that. Andy Dukowitz will be on my program on Monday to talk about the Lynx. And that is a called strike 3. So Jansen still dealing. So now 2 down. That brings up Tyler Cook.
For Crofton, the first baseman, Tyler Cook.
Cook is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Again, Crofton's had multiple runners reaching third base, just never able to get anybody across. So it's been a night of close but no cigar so far. A couple of those hits that went pretty much to the fence, but were caught at the warning track. I don't know, does Crofton have a warning track? I can't see out there.
A little bit of
a warning track? Not much of a warning, but still a warning track?
Yeah, right before it gets out of there.
All right. So here's the 0-1 pitch. That is low, 1-1 to Tyler Cook. If Cook gets aboard, that'll bring up Justin Potts. That is low and in the dirt, 2-1. Quite the accomplishment if Jansen can get a complete game here. Two-one pitch. Called a strike. Thought it looked a little high from this angle, but who knows? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. And I have somebody on first there. I don't know why. There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on for Tyler Cook. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. Wonderful pitching performance from Nolan Jansen as Crofton falls to Wynot on fireworks night by a score of 5-0. In the bottom of the ninth, 3 strikeouts for Nolan Jansen to close out the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of the game, it is Wynot 9, Crofton nothing on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. We'll be back as we'll recap everything here. This is South Central League Baseball on Fox Sports Radio and 5-star streaming on YouTube.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
6 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on.
Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust understands what it takes to be a part of the community. It's not just about transactions, it's about relationships. Whether you're buying your first home, growing your business, or planning for the future, their team is here to help every step of the way. Elkhorn Valley Bank uses local decision-making, personalized service, and modern banking tools like online banking and a teller on demand to make managing money simple and convenient. Helping you reach your financial goals, Elkhorn Valley Bank, member FDIC.
For having me down.
There's something new waiting for you at the Crofton Lakeview Golf Course. Come experience a brand new clubhouse where great rounds meet great company. Enjoy the stunning new view while relaxing with friends on the covered patio. Whether you're finishing 9 holes or just stopping by, Lakeview's new clubhouse is a perfect place to unwind. Lakeview Golf Course, come for the game, stay for the experience. Make every visit unforgettable at the new Lakeview Clubhouse. Experience a summer of golf while overlooking the views of the Lewis and Clark Lake. See you there.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball, where Crofton falls to Wynot at home, 5-0 on the Grassland Heating and Cooling scoreboard. Wynot gets a complete game shutout pitched by Nolan Jansen. Crofton ends up with no runs on 7 hits with 1 error. Wynot ends up with 5 runs on 10 hits with 1 error. So Wynot will now move ahead of Crofton in the South Central League standings. Crofton falls to 4-7 on the season. Wynot moves to 4-6. And so for these two teams, Crofton... This is Crofton's final home game. Crofton will next be in action on Sunday as they travel to Irene. Wynot will be at home as they host Lesterville. I'll be in Freeman at Merchant State Bank Field as the Tabor Bluebirds travel to take on the Black Sox. And then on Thursday, July 9th, I'll be in Yankton as Tabor will be taking on Yankton. And then our final regular season game will be on the 16th as Irene takes on Tabor. Kendall, any final thoughts?
Just a well-pitched performance by Wynot and Nolan Jansen. Credit him for sticking in there and working through jams as Crofton got some runners on 90 feet away. Just couldn't find a way to get the runs across to find a way to compete tonight. And hats off to Wynot. They played really, really well. It'd be interesting to see how far Wynot gets.
Yeah, in this game, I think the score's not indicative of how close it was.
No. Yeah.
Crofton just couldn't get some of those runs across, and Wynot was really able to get some timely hitting. And because it wasn't a dominant performance offensively, and Crofton was able to get something, but Nolan Jansen was always able to shut it down in time to keep any runs from coming across. So we'll have more discussion. We'll have more South Central League and amateur baseball conversations coming up on At the Mic every Monday through Friday. Again, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll be talking with players past and present, and we'll try to be getting some other players in there as well. All right, well, for Kendall Taney, I'm Michael Schumacher from Crofton Stadium, or Crofton Baseball Park. This has been South Central League Baseball, brought to you by our sponsors. And let's mention those sponsors one final time, just because I want to. Downtown Auto Service in Crofton, Midwest Insurance Agency, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Lakeview Golf Course in Crofton, Joe's Substation in Lesterville, James Steel, Central Farmers Cooperative, Corner Nugget in Lesterville, Menno State Bank, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Greg Davis Excavation, Tabor Lumber Co-op, Byerly Insurance, Cedar Security Bank, The Keg in Tabor, TLC Propane, Sioux International, Merchant State Bank, Parker Hannafin, The Beer Garden in Menno, Jones Feed and Grain Trucking, Larson Carpet, Pecos Repair, Rural Manufacturing, and Hoots in Freeman. All right, for Kendall Taney, I'm Michael Schumacher. That will do it from Crofton. You guys have a beautiful night. Have a great 4th of July. Tune in here on Fox Sports and 5-Star Streaming as we'll bring you the Firecracker Classic tomorrow afternoon. And tomorrow night, be in Menno as Freeman takes on the Black Sox, take on the Menno Mad Frogs. All right, that will do it from Crofton. Have yourselves a beautiful night.